income. Okay? But before we actually do this, now, as I tell people always, I don't talk to you, I talk what?
With you.
I talk with you, I talk what?
Through you.
Through you, okay? Don't learn my terms, okay? I don't talk to you, I talk through you, which simply means I'm talking to you with the hope that when you bring on somebody and you have a team, you're going to be able to relate it to them. Okay? This industry is all about duplication, okay? It's all about helping somebody else systematically. Okay? If you use the system, you'll be able to actually do the business with a less stress, if you will, okay? Because it's not all about you, it's about using the system. Put the weight on the system. I tell this house, I want to break the system.
Yes.
Okay? I want to break the system, meaning I want to put so much on the system to see it works. Because people can make money, but systems create wealth. Okay? People can make money, but systems create wealth. So we got to use the system. So we're going to act like everybody just brand new, okay? We're going to carry through that everybody's brand new because we're talking through you and seeing, hey, what should you be doing with the new person that comes in? What you should actually be doing with what you're supposed to do at the start. Okay? And we're going to start out, guys. Everybody, when they first start, should be, I'm sorry, handing these out, okay? Oh, sure. Okay. Yes, sir. It's fun. This one here. No flat, yeah, pass it through, pass it around, pass it to the left, pass it to the left, okay? What we're going to have to start out, guys, is our plan of action. Is our plan of action, okay? Our plan of action, guys, is what we all start with. Because if we're talking about plan of action and we're telling people on the site that, hey,
Thank you.
that one got to do. Okay, cool. All right. If we're talking to individuals and we tell them this, do this, and that, do that, we always talk about being a product of the product, right? We always talk about being a product of the product. I think it's important that everybody understand what we really mean when we're saying being a product of the product.
Right.
And why you need to become a product of the product is not just to get your own instant pay raise, not just to get your own credit, increase, not just those things, okay? But for a person that's building a business, you want to be a product because you want to be knowledgeable of what's going on. Okay? You want to be knowledgeable, guys, of basically what the system is going to do, what the company is going to do, what's going on in the background. Why? Because you're going to get questions. You're going to get questions, okay? Even though we do everything, somebody's going to have to say, hey, how do I sign up for that extra credit thing? But if you never used it, how you know how to sign up? Wow. Oh, just go to the back office. What do you mean? Are you with me? And I'm saying that because some of the people that I see that do join us, you're excited, you see the money, you see what's going on, you say, I don't need the instant pay raise, I don't need the credit card, I don't need all of this stuff right there. So I'm just okay, I'm just gonna go tell somebody to come and get in to get the first question. And the person's like, well, what I need to do? I don't know, let me call June, let me call this person, let me call that person, right? You want to understand at least. You don't need to know how to do it, but you need to understand it. Are y'all with me? You don't need to do it, but you need to understand it. So everybody needs to start off by understanding what our 30-day guarantee really is. You need to understand that, okay? What the 30-day guarantee really is. Because if we're telling people that they get a guarantee on something, should you know that? Because somebody that you introduced may got in, and that last decision may be because of they heard about a guarantee. Our whole thing is to not have people to have a negative experience. Communication can cause a negative experience. Okay? So we don't want any miscommunication. Okay? Advanced training, so y'all just like y'all want to know. Y'all want to learn business because y'all see we're gonna be growing what? Fast. Are y'all with me? Yes, sir. We're gonna be growing that fast, okay? So the first thing we got the plan of action. So we say that you get a 30-day guarantee if you follow the plan of action, and if our expert's not able to save or make you more money than a business costs, you get a full what? Refund. People need to understand that at the beginning. We don't want somebody to call the corporate office 25, 26 days later and say, hey, I need a refund. Y'all had a guaranteed refund. But they had did the first thing. Are they going to get their refund? No. Now, I'm going to tell you, the company has been lenient on that because we're in pre-launch. I'm going to tell you. They have been lenient on it because we're in pre-launch. We're about to launch in August. So I'm at the house. We're not being lenient anymore once August happens.
Right.
Okay? Now, I want somebody call in 32 because he wants people to have a great experience and know we train. So I want to make sure that you guys know, because you guys are on the front line to be able to duplicate and tell some other people. Okay? So you need to understand what the plan of action is, what the guaranteed is, and we need to walk ourselves all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to do this evening. We're going to walk ourselves through the steps of the what? Of the plan of action. What you're going to see when you go into the back office and you're going to look at our fast start training, we're going to be going in the same order. I just kind of know what it is, right? That's know what it is. You stay consistent with the system and you talk what? To your people. I'm talking to you, but through you. If you duplicate this, you're going to have a successful business. And you're going to have a healthy business. That's the key. You want a healthy business, okay? Healthy business is everybody's on the same page with the understanding of what's going on. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
So it's all new today. Does anybody else need a thing right here, okay? Everybody got it? You need something? You need something? You need something? You need something? There you go. Ushers run the corner side way. All right? So we're going to have to talk about, okay, our MWR Financial Plan of Action. Follow the steps below for what? Guarantee success or your what?
Money back.
Your money back. How many people that's already been in that this is the first time they actually seen this? Okay, some may have. Yeah. That's why we're talking about it. That's what training is for. Okay? Because I'm a big believer in basically not assuming anything. That's how you duplicate. You don't assume anything. You make sure that you teach the basics for everything and watch things duplicate, okay? So step one, we talk about you got to do what? Get an instant pay raise. Everybody that you have to join the company, especially if they have the business. This is for people that get into the company that have the business, okay? Not just to get in and stuff to have the membership, okay? This is for the business. The guarantee is for who? The business owner. There is not a guarantee for somebody that just get the $79.97. Some people ask me, Terrence, why? Because we say you got to do everything because the business owners, we can't save you all of your instant pay raise if you don't have a business.
Right.
That makes sense, right? We can't do it. Why? Because you don't get all of them. You get the first part, which is not overpaying, but you never position yourself, so we can't give you the second part, which is those business deductions. So you got to pay that $40. So I tell people, say, hey, if they got the membership, sometimes they need to get the membership first. That's fine, okay? Because of what? Cash flow. If people live in 78% of people living paycheck to paycheck, we're going to run into that, right?
Yep.
So sometimes they got to do something, okay, to do that. So they can get in with the membership, great. Get the membership, start your services, that's great. But you're not going to get the what? The guarantee. Make sure people understand that. Make sure people understand. And the only reason, that's not mean it's not going to work. The only reason is we can't use everything in the membership to guarantee that we can basically save you more money than the business costs. Because I can't use the other tax part of it. Because a big part about you giving that money back, we just saw was what? You got to have a business to have those tax advantages.
Right.
That's just the bottom line. You got it, right? Aha moment. Right? That's what we're doing. So, we're going to start now. So everybody's in here. So everybody here actually got the business. It's the first time stuff is going in. The first step is all about a what? Instant pay raise. What is the instant pay raise all about? Before I bring our person on and stuff that's talk with me on it. What's the instant pay raise all about?
Getting a W-2.
Money you've overpaid.
Pay less money.
Lower your tax liability.
Stop overpaying.
All your taxes.
Stop overpaying.
Stop overpaying. And what?
Put more money into your home.
More money. Two things. When we talk about instant pay raise, because a lot of times I do hear W2. Let's get away from it just being for the W2. Because our instant pay raise is two parts. It's stop overpaying and position yourself to take advantage of tax laws to pay less. Stop overpaying on your taxes and paying less on your taxes. That's what it's about. Okay? That's what it's about. Because a lot of times people say, well, I can't take advantage. I see a lot of people that are 1099s that say, well, I can't take advantage of the instant pay raise thing. Yes, you can. Because the biggest part is you paying less.
Right.
You need that more too than the person's a W-2. Right. They just don't understand it. So I'm here to tell you guys about two things, right? Stop overpaying and paying what?
Less.
Less, okay? And paying less, okay? Do that. And so we're gonna have some leaders that's coming in here, stuff gonna help me, and we're gonna kind of, honestly, guys, this whole evening's gonna be like a role play going through this, because I need y'all to get this. We're about to launch in August,
Right.
and we will launch in August. We need everybody marching the same way. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
I told y'all I go basics. I can tell y'all a lot of other stuff by there, right? But we got to get the basics first. So I'm assuming everybody's right here because we're marching launch, and we're launching from Charlotte too. Y'all know.
All right now.
And it's my birthday weekend.
Come on now.
Who want to go pop? No, I'm saying there will be a party. All I'm saying there will be a party. Location's already downtown Charlotte. Hey,
I'll be there.
Somebody's club episode gonna be. I mean, anyway. Here we go, right? Here we go, right? Instant pay raise, guys. Instant pay raise, okay? Instant pay raise. I'm going to invite Selena Stewart. Selena is a known CPA, certified public accountant. Okay, they have actually joined with us. Okay, in this venture because she has a lot of clients on a lot of things, and I want to actually join them because they're going to be CPAs that's going to be going over your form and stuff actually with her stuff. I've known her from before she was the CPA at the office actually with me actually doing taxes and stuff, and got her CPA, doing her own practice and stuff, the W-2 and stuff, and doing stuff. So I like her because she's strict on just doing right or that's wrong. Okay, so y'all give a hands for Executive Director Selena Stewart. And Selena's going to actually talk about, I want her to start off, and I'm just going to coach everybody in actually doing this, but y'all need to hear from other people and why they are doing it, okay? Not just actually Terrence Hawkins, as I've heard, a CPA. Just talk to us first about why is it important as far as, like what you do with the CPA, them doing the right things, and and why you have partnered with MWR Financial.
For me, one, working with my clients, I always tell people I operate on 3 premises. I lost 9 months of my life studying for my CPA license, and I'm not gonna lose that for anyone. So I say, I can't lose my license, I can't pay no fines, and I can't do no time. So if it's gonna be anything you're trying to do with that, I can't work with you. Right. So I've seen people, clients, they want to claim, everybody want to claim somebody's kid because they want more money. Right. You here in Charlotte, and I know you, we went to school together, you talking about, can you claim your niece in Goose Creek? Ma'am, we can't justify that when they come asking, because you're going to already been to spend that money when they come asking for it back. IRS don't come to you the year later, it's 3-4 years later. So I tell people as well, if you don't have the paperwork when we get ready to file that next year, you're not going to have it to justify your expenses and what you're claiming 3-4 years later when they come, because they behind. It's too many of us paying taxes. They don't have enough people to audit. Audits, it doesn't matter if you're in taxes, even on my full-time job, I audit people travel and expense reports. We can't audit everything. So it's random. A lot of people get away with it. The next big thing was, get a home-based business. So everybody now self-employed and they writing off stuff because people told them to. They don't have no receipts. They don't have no credit card statements. They don't have anything to justify it. Once again, when IRS comes 3-4 years later, how you gonna justify those expenses? If you don't have anything to document it, that's a big deal. They're gonna come back and they're gonna take all those deductions off, and you're gonna be paying penalty and interest from 3-4 years ago. So that's the thing what I liked about MWR Financial when Terrence told me about it. I was like, okay, let me wait till I finish with tax season. Let me go through the process to see what I can use. How is it going to benefit? Because I was like, I don't have credit. So my credit score 840. I'm good,
Right.
So credit was my thing. So I was like, that wasn't my thing. But I was like, I wanted to go through to use it. And I took my time. I'm not one of them 30-day people or whatever because I'm thorough. It's Terrence. So I went through. I submit, even me as a CPA, and I really didn't want to submit my tax return to them because it said CPA. I wanted them to look at mine with fresh eyes because I don't know everything. And I tell people and I tell clients, if somebody act like they know everything, you need to go the other way. I don't want to know everything. I need to just focus on my niche and what I know my expertise is versus trying to be all over the place or whatever the case may be. So I submitted my last 3 years tax returns or whatever. There was something the expert told me, he was like, well, you may just want to watch, because I already had a home-based business because I have my CPA firm. So he was like, one of the things you may want to watch is where you're claiming writing off your home office deduction here, as your business start to grow and as they're changing the exemptions and deductions, you may want to move that. So that's not something that was in my forefront of my mind. So there's always something for a person to learn, even if you went to school for it. So for me, as I started going through and using the services, I had Core probably didn't tell you how many consultations we had, and I still hadn't pulled the trigger because I was one of them people that made a bad decision. As I shared with y'all at the last meeting, I had what we call a PRA account with another life insurance company because I was dating a guy that was a financial advisor. So I'm listening to him because that's not my arena. I don't do investments. I don't do retirement. That's not. But mine wasn't set up correctly. So I had put money into there to try to use that for a retirement investment vehicle, only to find out that I don't have the money that I need to on track because I had the benefit too high for what my needs are. So once again, having that expert to be able to look at those things. And when I sent him all my stuff, he was like, oh, wait a minute, it's gonna take me more time because I had so much stuff to upload and send to him. So me and Cord have had numerous conversations, and he stayed on top of me. And I'm like, well, okay, I need a little bit more time because I'm busy with taxes and things and like, and I'm like, okay, I'm giving myself a deadline. I have to mid-August. I need to get my stuff in order. So for me, it's also having somebody to be accountable because sometimes you're saying you're going to do stuff and life happens. They're saying, oh, I'm going to set up this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And Cord, well, I can tell you, like I said, he's the one calling me, emailing me, are you ready yet? Did you get this yet? And dealing with other people, they kind of like, well, if you ain't ready, they just go on. There's no follow-up, to kind of keep you on track. So for me, also, kind of with Terrence, I'm about educating. Know better, do better. Seeing our people always in the struggle of, let's go somewhere. Or my family in Detroit. We can't even get together at a park because y'all ain't got $5 to pay to go to the park. And I'm like, are we not tired of that? And I'm like, it's bad, it is good. I'm like, when are we going to do better? We always in a position of saying, oh, I don't have the money to do this, or I'm going to go on vacation when? When is when going to happen? We have people leaving here every day.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what age they are. I've had my good friend husband, it's just been a year. He died of a heart attack. He's only 2 years older than us, 42. She came home and stepped over him. And so it's like you keep putting things off because you don't have the money. And so it's like, when are we going to do better? And we're always scared to do it. And you do have to make good decisions.
Right.
It's your money.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously people say, I say I don't gamble because my money don't come easy like that. So I'm not a gambler, but I will go to Vegas, but I'm not there to gamble.
Right.
So you have to then just make an informed decision for yourself. And what I like about MWR is that they have everything that we need. You have the experts to do it for you, and you don't need to know everything. Nobody's an expert in everything. And I tell people, I don't want to know. There's certain things, I don't need to know it, I don't want to know it. And so that's why I'm here today, because I love what they're doing for people. It's not just like, oh, sign up for this, and oh, we're trying to get this money off of you, because it's services that you need. I'm like, I don't know where you can pay $80 a month or $120 a month and get access to unlimited access to people. Like I said, I can't tell you if Cord is logging, he could probably like, Lord, if this could. He even helped me with a tax claim. It was something that I called Terrence. Terrence was busy. So I'm like, hey, Cord, can you help me with this? I uploaded a tax claim. I was like, I'm stumped on this. I'm not really sure. I tried this way. Me and Terrence had talked about it. IRS still coming back. I'm like, okay, I don't know which other angle to go with this. Terrence was busy with his tax claim. I uploaded the tax claim stuff. Cord emailed me back. Well, and I really got confirmation. Okay, I'm on the right track. So, I mean, it's real. So,
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tell us now, if you have to find exactly what the process is now, if they want an instant pay raise and utilizing the company, what are the steps that MWR is saying that they must do?
So getting your last 2 pay stubs, and everybody got those electronically now. I don't know too many companies now that are not, they're using ADP or something, you log into your Yahoo and get it. So uploading your last 2 pay stubs, and hopefully you have your last 3 years tax returns. so that they can take a look at those items to see potentially if it's something that your previous tax person missed. Now, they don't prepare tax returns for you, but they can at least give you the information so that you can either contact and reach out to Terrence, reach out to me, reach out to whoever tax preparer to help you if you need to go back and do what we call an amendment to capture those deductions that you potentially left.
You said 3 years?
3 years, the last 3 years of tax returns. So uploading that, they'll take a look at that, and then based on also the 3 years, also just kind of give you an idea of if you've overpaid or how they can try to advise you on adjusting your W-4 for the current year so that they can help you with the calculation, because most people fill out their W-4 at work, put 1 if you're married, put 1 if you got a kid, put 1 if you got another job, and then I see this with clients all the time. The husband and wife both do that. They ain't taking into account that now they got 6 deductions coming out because they both didn't put 3 or 4. The husband didn't put 4 on his, the wife didn't put 4 on hers, that's 8. Then when they come to me and they wonder why they owe. Well, now combined, if you're married filing jointly, you've had deductions taken out for 8 when it should have technically only been 3. So that's something too. And I've always said with that form, the way is, I said, they never make people think about both households. People just filling it out and going through it, and that's how they end up in trouble. So they're able to look at that, fill it out for you, give you that W-4 back so you can take it to your HR, your payroll. I know at my job at Continental, you can upload that in your portal at your job, and they can change it for you in your next paycheck. Depending on your job cycle, one thing too, I've worked in corporate accounting, it may not be you might have missed that pay cycle cutoff, so you have to allow them time as well to get it processed. Some people can get mad, well, they said it's gonna be on my next paycheck and nothing changed. You gotta be mindful of when your pay cycle is at your job, because they have to allow time to process that to get the changes made in the system. So that's where the MoneyMax piece come in, that they will be able to help you with that.
Awesome. Any questions for me? Any questions?
So my 2 questions are, you spoke about having the last 2 pay stubs and then also the business part. So are those 2 separate things that I would need to have uploaded to the MoneyMax?
No, I said the last 2 pay stubs and your last 3 years tax returns. So copies of the last 3 tax returns.
Okay, but in terms of having the system work for you, you have to have a business, which I do.
To maximize it, yes.
So do I need to upload the information on my tax stuff, which will have everything on it, and information from my full-time job? Am I making sense?
I got you. The instant payroll is, number 1, is 2 parts. The first part is exactly what she just actually said. You're going to upload your last 2 pay stubs and then your tax returns. And then that part there is all about you stop overpaying. That part there is all about you stop overpaying. The second part, if you notice, our instant pay raise in the back office said there's part 2 or step 2 in instant pay raise. It's all about uploading what they call a profit and loss statement, which is pretty much your income and expenses from your business that you have, okay? But notice it said in 30 days to do so. I want you guys to understand why we did that, okay? Let me tell you why we actually did that. Somebody had to talk to her about this. We are trying to be so compliant, okay? We're trying to get so compliant. Because if you just started a business today, she leaves and she goes and she uploads her things today, right? The upload stuff like that. If all of a sudden our CPA starts to change her stuff for her miles, and if she has a child and she has all of that, and then anticipates that deduction after going up in there, and we change it, and all of a sudden she never tracked a mile, she never tracked a meal, she never tracked any expenses for the kid. At the end of the year, what happens? She's what? In trouble because she claimed deductions based on her actually doing the work. Okay? Because when we basically, and CPA basically changed her W-4, that's pretty much have to change the W-4 for compliance reasons, I'm basically saying based on these things, she's able to change it. Do we know day 1 she's able to change the stuff for the business part?
No.
There's a lot of companies out there that tell people, we anticipate you're gonna have a business, you got this, you got this, you got this, we'll put this in it. That's a thought process that's thrown out there. Is that always correct? No. I work on so many tax returns that people get back that are in trouble because they overdid their exemptions on that form based on, well, I got a business, I got this, I got this. What is the thing about the business? You have to have the intent to generate profit, right? Actively participate, they're doing that, but what's the third one?
Keep good records.
Good records. Have you kept a record yet? If on day one you hadn't.
Well,
So if day one, if you're using this business, okay? If day one, if you use this business, you hadn't did a record yet, right? So are you really allowed those deductions yet? We are compliant.
so are we using MWR business?
If you
or
use
our
MWR
existing
business, if you use MWR business, you start today. And if you already have your own business, side business, this and that, when you upload your tax return, they'll see it. Then they can use those to help you out. If you're brand new, because remember, most people don't have a business yet. So we're not going to change it all the way when you hadn't proved that you're doing the second part yet. You have to do some work. Okay? You have to track it. Why? Because this company is designed to stay here for a long time. It's not designed just for a gimmick of an instant pay rate, do this. Too many people have gotten in trouble. We know, okay, from that. That's the difference between experts, guys. You want to make sure your stuff is done right. So it's two parts of that. After you do the first part, then you start tracking your stuff. You got your mileage tracker right there. You got, so you're going to track your mileage, and automatic track. You're going to set those things up. You're going to do all stuff. Then all of a sudden in 30 days, you're going to be able to send them that report. It says right there, step 2, send them that report. They got that report, and then they say, oh, we can change again. The Internal Revenue Service says you can change your W-4 every time your tax situation changes. Every time your tax situation changes, okay? So you can change it. So we just know the first part is about the overpayment. Second part is about tracking your expenses. So after you uploaded your stuff, your W-4, it's important for you to start doing what? Tracking your expenses. That's what people are not doing. We do not want anybody to get audited by the Internal Revenue Service. They're going to look for your expenses.
So are you suggesting some type of, or can you suggest some type of software that would
We
be
have
that?
that.
It comes with it.
It
for
comes
free.
with it. It's free. Tax bottle.
Any other questions?
With the taxes, if you don't have your 3 years of taxes, which I did, I got my transcripts. Am I losing anything by sending the transcripts in instead of the taxes?
Yep.
For transcripts that you have done them
I
or
got them back from the RS. I thought I'm sending the transcripts over the last 3 years.
or tax return transcripts? Okay, the tax return.
Tax
transcript.
return?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tax return.
But I guess the question is, had you filed and that's the transcript, or is it just the transcripts that?
The transcripts of my
employers-
last 3 years of taxes filing.
They have your
Okay,
file, yeah.
okay. Because I know sometimes they have the transcripts that the employers just sent, which is not going to count for all your deductions and stuff. So.
Correct.
So.
Now, my question is, by getting the transcripts from the IRS, instead of sending in the actual taxes that I did, was there a difference in any?
No, it's not. The transcript that you're talking about is called a tax return transcript.
Right.
Okay? And the tax return transcript is a copy of what you did send in. But it's in the code that you probably don't understand. Okay, all right? We'll see that and stuff, and we'll walk right through it and stuff. But those are the actual numbers that is there. Those are the transcripts that, like American Mortgage want to see. Okay? That is filed and stuff like that. But
Before it said
that's
it was
fine.
okay, so I sent them.
That's fine. That's fine.
I know I'm new, but I know you do a 3-year look back. Is there a way, or do you provide audit protection?
Good question. It's been talked about. Okay? It's been talked about.
Not for those 3 years, because we, just beyond that.
Okay, that's actually my area. I kind of actually run that part of the company as an enrolled agent. There's a couple of things I want some insight. So there's a couple of things, okay, that's been talked about. Okay, one of those, if y'all hear a lot of times when you're doing your taxes right now, you hear a lot of things now talking about audit protection. If you get audit from the IRS with somebody helping you solve it, it's kind of what we already do currently now. If you get a letter from the Internal Revenue Service, you can upload that. You see the something called the debt solutions, department. And there's the tax debt part of it. You click on that, you'll see my company's name on there. So you currently will be able to send in letters or whatever you got from the IRS, and it's going to be read for free for you. Get a free consultation even with that. Okay, and then we actually have your audit protection a little bit different. Okay, audit protection is pretty much if you do get that, you know, there are some things that can be done, okay? What we're looking at first, I can tell you what we're looking at first, which I think is going to just revolutionize a lot of stuff, okay? Y'all have heard of credit monitoring, right? Have you ever heard of tax monitoring? Tax monitoring is what we're actually looking at. That how about if the IRS sends out about 400 plus, a little over 400 letters of different types of changes that they can happen to each one of your years of taxes, okay? We have the ability to see a change on your current transcript weeks before the IRS even sends a letter to you, okay? One of the letters is about 5 months before. One of the letters, if y'all ever heard of actually somebody, and I know actually she has to have, if somebody actually get a letter that is, it's called a CP 2000 letter, that the IRS is basically saying something was underreported, and you get a letter all of a sudden that you didn't do everything with your tax return, it didn't match up and things like that, and you get a letter not knowing what's going to happen. The IRS had really triggered that about 5 months before. You see, the thing about it, if we see that before, can call you, the client, make the changes now, you never get that penalty and that 20% penalty, and the interest occurred on that from the underreportment. We're looking at a tax monitoring system that if anything happens to your tax file with the IRS, or anything of the 400 different things can happen to it, that we get a notification that is happening to you so we can correct it before you even get a letter.
Wow.
Wow, baby.
That's what you're doing now?
Right.
Is that what you're doing? Or
It's not a part of the company yet.
Oh,
I'm saying it's what my company do just for our tax resolution client. Now, if you was a client that we're doing tax resolution for already, is a part of that monitoring that we currently do. We're looking at now being able to possibly just offer it to individuals and stuff like that. We're looking at it. We're actually looking at seeing being able to do that because, and the more I'm talking about it and I'm getting actually feedback, that might be something actually huge, but yes, sir. Y'all got to think But that's one of the things. I know I'm on Facebook. We ain't doing that.
So does the CPA, they don't do that for you prior, like if you're part
Not the monitoring part of it. Monitoring part, trust me, is a totally different system. Okay? You have to do several different things. We just can't monitor your stuff. We need a power of attorney or 8821, you know, get form and stuff like that and represent you before that happens. And a lot of CPAs do not do that because they're licensed per state. Okay? Enrolled agents, we're licensed in all 50 states. So they would come from the enrolled. That's why the team is important. That's why it's good to have the CPAs, especially when you have your own business talking about, they specialize really in that accounting and the financial, you know, reporting and all that kind of stuff.
I don't do that.
No, she don't do it.
It takes too much time.
But they sponsor it. That's their end. Enrolled agents are tax generated, okay? We're tax. So you got both worlds in your team on MoneyMax, okay? And the fund. That's both on the team. That's right.
I just want to say, I don't have anybody up here that I'm representing. I have an enrolled agent that I hired for the first time at the advice of one of my financial, I've been happy to money anything like that. He recommended that I get an enrolled agent. I can tell you now, you are better than the person that I hired. Maybe they was gonna say some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's good to connect and things like this. But I'm telling you, the concept, and I haven't seen this work, but the first presentation, I was doing some of those things, like paying my kids and everything, and just maximize it. But like she said, you don't know everything. And don't try to know everything, so you have the professionals. You go to the doctor to look after you. You don't look after you. You have someone to, you know, to look after you. But I mean, you.
Appreciate it.
Money smart.
Before we get to this question, back to what she was saying with the CPAs. So with the CPAs with MWR, they are reviewing the stuff for them, but you haven't hired that CPA to do your taxes.
Correct.
You haven't hired that CPA to necessarily act on your behalf with the IRS, like he said. So it's part of the service that you're getting some of the consultation, but you're not getting full access to that CPA. So if you're deciding, oh, I want them to do my taxes or whatever, i.e., you have to then go through the back office and then you will get a discount if you want Hawkins Accounting and Tax Service to now actually do your taxes. So I do want to clarify that so people know, for people that are new to our team, thinking that, oh, now you have somebody to do your taxes for free, because that's not actually part of the service.
You get all of the advice and the guidance of what you need, but you're not getting the work if something needs to be done.
So you create the
But
process.
you can use them and stuff. You can do that and stuff. And we're not doing that, like overall, because we want to open for that we partner with other tax professionals that have their own clients and things of that nature. So we want them to be able to know that, hey, a part of us, we can give them the advice and send them straight back to you so you can do the work. That's why we partner with a lot of individuals. Now, if you do not have somebody or somebody that you're saying, hey, I want to use those persons, stuff like that, you'll be able to meet different ones in this room. You're going to meet some today, okay, in this room, and work with them as well. Okay, in doing that. We are a big family that's learning everything financially and helping each other out. Y'all gonna see the family even getting bigger. Okay? Now let me go over here first.
I kind of have a twofold question.
Okay.
Question number one, in doing this business, eventually you're going to run across people who have not done their taxes in years. So are there services that they could be offering to help those individuals?
If that's called back taxes, that's part of the tax resolution. So yes, okay, they can go in and back off to it. And I can tell you guys, if anybody ever used tax resolution, which is back taxes, tax liens, problems, issues, whatever need after representation, the discount just on that alone is a whole lot more than what the membership costs. I'm going to tell you that. Okay, the discount is a whole lot. I don't know if somebody I'm actually working with. I think it was actually some of the clients that I work with that was going through that same situation. That was going through something that was looking at they need some representation, right? And just to let you guys actually know, like one representation, y'all hear some of the things on TV, pennies on the dollar, and all that kind of stuff like that. And if y'all ever use those things, y'all can know it can be thousands of dollars, right? Like $5,000 or plus and things of that nature. I know some people know, like ours alone that we saw. Most companies on average charge off about $3,500 because it's a retainer for like 10 months or so, okay? About $3,500. Immediately, if you're a member with MWR, you get a 20% discount, which is saving you $700 if you needed that service. That's a whole lot more than $228.
Yeah.
Okay? And we tell the people, say, well, okay, you come in a regular, you can do this, however, if you just go ahead and get a membership with MWR, you're going to get this and this and that, and we save them more money to get people in your business as well. Okay, so we actually do have stuff like that. And back taxes the same way. Okay, because back taxes, normally people say back taxes is, like 4 or 5, 10 years of taxes, back taxes that they need to do and get done. That can be a big number.
Yeah.
10% actual discount there, save them a whole lot of what? Money. Whole lot of money. And we're going to show you how we partner with other industries and stuff on next and stuff like that can help you as well. I want y'all to soak all of this in so y'all talking to people what we can do, okay, or what we do, okay? The bottom line is we save people a whole lot more money than what anything ever costs.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
she was.
Once we do get started, on the application when I was enrolled, it asked for an EIN number. My EIN number is for my business, but can I put MWR under my EIN, or are you guys going to give us a different one?
You can do that. No, you can. That is if you want to sign your business up as the representative of MWR Financial. You can sign up as your personal, or if you have a business and want your business to sign up, you sign your business up. And the cool thing about that is, let's say you sign up personally, you can talk to the MoneyMax professionals, and they will guide you on which one is better for you. Because you can always go back and change.
So I can put both numbers
No,
in?
you only need one to sign up.
Only
You only need
one.
one to actually sign up initially. But then you can have the consultation to
figure out if
see
you should
which
put
one
it
was
under
the
your
best way to
business
actually
or
do
do
it.
it separate.
The key thing is you're going to have the information to, so you don't make a mistake of what you want to do. And that goes in your growth. Everybody in here will probably be different. That's why one-on-one consultation is always better than group talk.
So I
Okay?
think to answer your question, what he's saying is probably best for you at this point to put it under your name, and then have the consultation to figure out if you want to change it later and put it under your business.
Correct.
Okay, so should we go back in there and undo what we did?
No.
and
No, it's fine. If you did it actually that way, that's fine. Just make a call.
But I didn't put the EIN number.
Oh, we
because I
didn't put
put
it
it
in.
You don't have to put the EIN in there. They're just a form just to get you a position and get you started. Okay. Once you get started, you don't have to make sure you talk to them. Do I need to do this? It's just a simple email to corporate. Hey, can you just put my EIN on here? That's all that is.
And then my second question, I'm also enrolling my daughter,
Okay.
unbeknownst to her, and
Okay.
she needs it.
I got you. I did my son's
And
question.
she has a brick
Happy
and
now,
mortar,
though.
she actually has a physical brick and mortar place
Okay.
in Tennessee.
Okay.
That I don't know how she's doing what she's doing, but I'm sure she's, in her mind, she hasn't worked out. But I firmly believe she needs some additional support.
Okay.
So should I put hers under, because she borrowed money from me to buy the equipment for the place. So should I put hers under her business and EIN or her name?
That's the same thing. That's a
and her
consultation. That's a
Social
consultation
Security
actually with them. Those are the questions that you would
But
want to call about.
she's probably, I want to do this for
You
her.
can call them and talk to them. That's it. They work
Call
for
and
you.
talk to the MWR people?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Call them and talk to them about that. One more. Yes.
Two quick questions.
Yeah.
One, does MWR deal with wage garnishment
Okay.
and also tax planning?
Okay. Yes. Both. Both. Tax planning, stuff in advanced planning. That's going to be done through Michael Pierce, and they're on your tax planning. That's the Circle Financial Planners. Will get along with the CPAs there to help you with tax planning. They probably put in some of the people from MoneyMax. MoneyMax have an awesome tax planning for retirement that is out of the world. Okay, there and stuff like that as well. So they put all those things together. The team's going to talk together to do all of that. Okay, and then the other thing you actually said.
Wage garnishment?
Garnishment. Yes, garnishment is the Tax Resolution Center. Okay, I run the Tax Resolution Center.
Okay.
Okay, there. So
Are
yes,
people
all
having
those.
to file bankruptcy or you have another avenue for that?
All of that, all debt, all student loans, all tax resolution, there's a whole debt. See, the part I just showed y'all this first part, I ain't showing y'all the whole debt center and everything else. There's so much more that you actually get. There's so much more you get. But the bottom line is you got experts. Okay, somebody got a tax lien. Mary, I should tell you this stuff. In tax lien, we work with getting tax liens all of the time. Because in tax liens, see, a lot of times when people talk about tax liens, this is a good part because I'm rolling into actually Mary actually now. Y'all give her a hand. Right now, because like on actually tax liens and stuff like that, a lot of people hear after tax liens, and they immediately think of credit because of tax liens, right? That's the first thing, I want it off. Even though it may come off your credit report and they're not even going on your credit report, right? It's still downtown in the court system. So you still trying to go get a house, okay? It's still where? There, the Tax Resolution Center, what we do, we work on that part and get a resolution with the IRS to get the liens taken care of and resolved and all. That's what we do as well, okay? As far as that, yes, sir.
I know with the two pay stubs, some people don't have their tax return, and so there's two questions. Do they need a tax return to qualify? And if they do they need all three, or can they have one?
Yeah, the most recent tax return. The most recent tax return. If you have all three, they can really help you see if you missed something, so you possibly can get some more money back. But the most recent tax return last two pay stub at minimum.
So if you don't
and that's
have
at minimum what they're going to need, because they cannot do it effectively if they do not have those documents, and they will not do it because they're not going to actually put you into a bind. We don't need no problem. Exactly. We need no problem. Right? Sounds good. Sounds good. That's MoneyMax. Now, how many people learn something new just by going on that little part?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And people being in here. That's why we're taking this slow guy. I'm going back to the basics right now. We're about to launch. Y'all my army right now for lunch. I'm telling y'all now, all right? When we launch, we're going to launch strong, okay? So that's the instant pay raise. That's being the plan of action. So with all of those things, you work together, whatever situation you have. Notice how some people had some situations, some people didn't. Some people had this, some people that. It doesn't matter. It's all included in your membership, right? Also, what's included in your membership is credit with CreditMax, okay? So a lot of things going on with CreditMax. So I have a specialist going to help us to basically talk about CreditMax. This young lady, I've known her since '89, as a matter of fact. I'm in Charlotte in '89, working at McDonald's. We was at McDonald's together, okay? Working it out, okay? Doing our things and stuff. We got to get actually later. Was doing real estate stuff before. She actually ran a real estate company before, but she went into the mortgages. Over 20 years in mortgages and real estate, and doing what she's doing forever. She's seen everything in the mama on somebody's credit report in and out. She know what y'all been doing. Okay, she know all about it. But more important, she know that she's looked at several different programs and stuff. We'll never talk about it though. But y'all need to know why a mortgage professional that's also have their real estate license as well has chose MWR to really partner with to help her clients, herself first, and then what she tells her clients to go through and all about the credit program. So y'all get a round of applause to help me to welcome Mary Cheney Brulette up front as she has. Okay, that's great. Mary, tell us about everything.
Mary Brulette, for those of you that don't know me, I'm the branch manager for Plan at Home Lending here in Charlotte, and I've been in the business for a long time, and we're asking for people's life, basically. I want to know everything down to your firstborn. And when you see it, you start to wonder, what happened? And it's not always that people are bad people, but life happens. And so I was always that one, because when I got into the business, it was because I bought my first house, and I was going, oh God, nobody's ever going to give me a loan. Nobody's ever going to talk to me or look at me. But I kept seeing all these ads, good credit, bad credit, no credit, low money down, we can help you. And I'm like, okay, the worst they can do is kick me out of the office, right? So I called and sat down with a guy, and he goes, we got this. I know what you need to do. And he put me in touch with professionals that helped me with each step of the home buying process. And I bought my first house. I actually built it from the ground up. And, when you're in your 20s, that's kind of amazing. And I was a single parent doing this. And I said, you know what? All these programs and all these people out here, there has to be other clients just like me who don't know that they're out there. And so I found out how to get into the business, and it was all paying it back. And so I've never told anybody no. It might be not now, but here's what we've got to do, and we're going to put a plan together. And I work with you to make those things happen. And when I first got into real estate, Brian had a small credit repair company that was called ICR Services. And we partnered with him because it was $25 a month and you could get your credit repaired. Nobody was doing that. And we had such great results with it that we were just sending tons of clients in there. And as time went on, it grew into what it is today with MWR, because you can't just fix the things that have happened in life, but you've got to teach them how not to fall back into those same ruts.
Right.
And it's what I do in my business every day. It's what I do with my church teams, because you should always be raising people up with you. And so this company does that, and they've got such a fantastic thing. And what you find is we can be 60 years old and don't know how credit works. Nobody teaches that in class. You turn 18, and what's the first thing that happens? You get a credit card offer after credit card offer, and you go in the store, and they're like, oh, apply here. And you're like, okay. And then it's like Terrence, when he was young, he said he got that first credit card. And what did you do, Terrence?
It took somebody out to eat.
And then what happened?
Red
Bill
pasta.
came, right?
I was on roll. I was a player. Our ladies always max out my credit.
But then the bill comes in, and then you're like, oh, what do I do? Because they don't teach you that. And so people tend to overuse credit, or they use it wrong. They end up in trouble. They get 20 credit cards that they can't afford because life happens. And so things just slowly start to slip down the drain. So I've always tried to teach people, let's talk about it. I had a guy, he had a 700 credit score when I first talked to him. And he came back to me 6 months later. He was moving from Durham down to here. And he said, I'm ready to go now. He had sold a house, he made a lot of money, and I pulled his credit, and it was a 562. And I'm going, oh my word, what did you do? He said, well, we've always been taught to not have credit, right? So I paid everything off and closed it. And so his whole credit file just went, yeah. So I had to coach him through it, because these were things that he hadn't been taught. We hear from our grandparents, if you can't pay cash for it, don't do it. All of us are out there with this Credit Sesame and Credit Karma. And how many of you guys have had your score and you're going, oh, I got a 700 credit score, and you call and you're like, I want to buy a car, or I want to buy a house, and the lender goes, I have 700 credit score, and you're like, why not? Those are great tools, but that's what they are, they're tools, and they're not the exact snapshot of what a lender's going to see. First of all, a lender goes from 0 to 850. Credit Karma goes to 950, so there's already a 100-point spread in there. But it's meant to teach you as a consumer, am I doing things the right way or the wrong way? So as you open up new accounts, you'll see your score drop a little bit. As you use them wisely and pay them on time, your score starts climbing back up. You go out to date night, your score drops because you've used a little bit too much credit. And so you can see how you're doing with your credit management, but it's not your actual score. And so when I teach, one-on-one how credit works, we start with simple things. If they don't have a credit card, because a lot of people will have car payments, they'll have student loans, they'll have personal loans, but they won't have a credit card because they're afraid of them, because they haven't been taught how to use them. So I'll start simple, and I'll say, Selena, I'm going to give you a credit card for $1,000. And you're like, great. You don't use it. Then I go over here and I'm like, boom, I'm going to give you a $1,000 credit card. And you're like, I'm shopping, new wardrobe. So she spends $500 on that credit card. So we've got 0 and we've got 500. Which of those cards is going to give these ladies the most score? And why do you think that?
Yeah, the one that was used.
Because she's using it.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22. They both get the same score. She's not using it, so I'm not going to pay to report because it costs, as a company, $6 to $8 per bureau per trade line to update that credit report. So if I'm not making money off of her, I'm not going to do that. But she's using her credit, so I'm going to put that on her report that she's living on that credit. She's at that 50% mark. Once you hit 50%, that could go either way. You can keep climbing up, and as you go up, fees are coming up. If something happens, she may pay late, then I'm going to bump her over the limit because I'm still adding fees to her card. Yeah, so she doesn't get the points for it. So the rule that people have been taught all of their lives is 30% or below, which is great when you've had established credit. But what if it's new credit? If it's new credit, I teach people 10%.
Bingo.
And do you know why? You're going to maximize your points because you're using it. I have to report it, but you're not living on that credit, and you're also teaching yourself the smart way to use credit. You're not going to spend more than you have that you can pay. So if I teach you, go get a credit card to a $300 limit, spend $35, go get 1 tank of gas. You're going to get a tank of gas in a month, aren't you? You do that one time, you put it away and pretend like you don't have it. You're going to spend that $35 anyway, right?
Right.
So when the bill comes in, just pay it. You've managed your credit. You're not suffering down the road. And then once you've instilled those ideas, your credit's going to continue to climb. And then I teach people who have no credit to do it with a secured card, because a secured card is meant to automatically boost your credit score. And then if you're using that 10% rule within 2 cycles, that's about 60 to 80 points on the credit right there. And then when we're looking at, past transgressions, that secured card again helps to jumpstart the credit score, while I talk to them about CreditMax and having professionals take a look at life happens and find out what it's going to take to get those cleaned up. The most common thing that I see as a lender are cars. People default on their cars because it breaks down and it becomes a money pit, and you've got payments that are coming in, and you still have life over here, and you still have to get back and forth to work. She's raising her hand over here. That's the first thing that starts slipping. And then you're like, man, $2,000 in repairs, or I'm just going to go over here, drive time, and get another car. And so then it goes into default.
What's a secured card?
Secured card means that you're actually going to give the bank a deposit. That deposit becomes your credit limit, and it's a great way to boost it because whose money are you using? So if you defaulted, they've already got your money. money. They didn't lose anything.
Yep.
So the secured card's a great way to start, because if you use it and manage it, over time they're gonna start increasing your limit, and then about a year down the road, they'll give you your deposit back. And it becomes unsecured. And revolving is very important, because if you had a car or a student loan or a personal loan, those things get paid off over time. A credit card, if you pay that off today and 6 months down the road something happens, could you use it?
Yep.
So it gives you life to your file. And somebody raised a hand. Yes.
Cool. Which one is better, getting a secure card from a bank or from like an open sky situation where all they do is secure cards?
Well, here locally we have Fifth Third Bank. I love them. It's a big bank, but it's still a mom and pop deal. They have a great card. They don't charge a lot of junk fees, and they report really quickly to all 3 bureaus. I love Open Sky. Also, I do recommend that to people, because some people can't get to the bank between 9 and 5. Some people need something at 8 o'clock at night when they've gotten home from work and gotten the kids to bed. So it becomes a great thing. There are a lot of cards out there. You have to do your research on them, or talk to a professional who can kind of guide you through that stuff, because some of them will charge you some excessive, stupid fees that you don't need to pay. And when you get that secured card, just know the first month they are going to charge you an annual fee. The cheapest one I've seen is like $24 a year. The most expensive one on the ones that I've recommended are like $35 a year. So I tell everybody, do the $300 limit, because that's what it's going to take to trigger. And then at that 10% usage, you activate your card the first month, don't use it. Wait for that bill to come in, pay it, and then go get your tank of gas for next month. Okay, that way you're not going to overuse it, you're going to get the points that you deserve on it. Everybody that followed that rule has seen the right success.
What's the name of the card that you said that had, you can do the 200 balance, but then you call in and increase it to
CreditBuilderCard.com. CreditBuilderCard.com. That one will not allow you to adjust it. It defaults to 200. They charge like $24 a year annual fee. They report to the bureaus up to 6 times a month. So it's the only card I found out there that reports that much, because most creditors will report once a month. That's another place where, people come with their Credit Karma and they're like, well, I just paid this down and my score went to here, and I'm going, they haven't updated yet. They only update once a month. Credit Karma's got to pick it up because they're monitoring your stuff for you. But I won't be able to pick it up until the credit bureaus do it, unless we do a forced rescore. So, yes.
Should you ever stop using your credit card every month? Meaning, if I'm looking to build credit, do I always take the card, buy gas, put it away, and then just keep on doing it every month? Or you say, I did it 3 months, I'm going to put the card away, I don't want to use it?
If you put it away and you don't use it for a given month, it's still there. You still manage it well, but you're going to lose the points that month. Because if they're not making any money off of you, they're not going to update it.
So the goal is to use it every time.
Right.
Keep
and
that.
Half the one is like the biggest one that I see on there. You'll see report, because we do the trended history where we can see each month of usage and payment, and you'll see they've updated, and then all of a sudden there's like a missing gap of months where they haven't done anything, and that's where someone's paid it off and hadn't used it for a period of time, and then all of a sudden it picks up reporting again.
So the goal is to use it every month, no matter what, and pick that one thing and do it again.
10%, I mean, you're going to get a tank of gas a month at least. So just do it.
Is that the card that you suggest? You said Capital One for the secured?
You're going to get that.
No. Fifth Third Bank has a good one. Open Sky Visa is very good, and then the Credit Builder card.
And Open Sky Visa is in our back office.
Correct.
Yep.
I got a friend, he flips a lot of houses. So the only way you can flip a house, you either have a distressed property or distressed owner. So the owners has been the most part. So they may have had Chapter 7s, foreclosures, short sales, or whatever. Have you seen, I don't know if you handle this department, have you seen, and I see signs of all around, get things discharged, taken off your credit or whatever like that. Can you dispel the myth for me that's in my mind right now?
The older things are, the easier they are to get off. And public records don't go on your actual credit report anymore. It's on the LexisNexis, which is a separate report that lenders have to pull just to make sure, because those types of things can attach to the title of a home. So they can get those things off, longer the period's been, because there's certain steps that have to be taken. That's like the card where I was going with that was they get listed on there, but there's like specific things they have to have in order to show that that's a valid debt, that it needs to be on there for whatever reason. With cars in particular, they have to ask for your original signature, which most of the time you're going to see like Santander or some bank that's on there. And that's where a dealership's taken your original signature and they faxed or emailed it to all these different banks. So they're not going to have your original signature. So that's one piece that they don't have. They've got to have your entire payment history. They've got to be able to tell you this is the date of last activity. Here's the activity that occurred. They've got to be able to document like 7 different articles of things. And so having an expert that deals with just credit, which the CreditMax folks do, they can ask for those specific pieces to help get those things off. There's no crystal ball and there's no guarantee when it comes to credit, so they can't guarantee to get everything off, but things that legitimately don't belong there or that legally they haven't done the proper steps to get it on there will definitely come off. And I have had some amazing results with this company. And hands down, it's probably one of the most affordable because you get more than just credit with this membership. It's $79.97. It's husband and wife, so both people included for that same price. Before Brian put all of this together, there was another company that I used also. It was $89 just to sign up, and then it was $69 a month. If you had a spouse that needed help too, it was an additional enrollment fee and an additional monthly charge. And when people are in credit trouble, that's the first reason they're in trouble. They don't have money. And so this whole program, putting it together, they really do get the results. And then they have other things in place to help you down the road so that you can get out of debt, you can actually start saving money, you can utilize your taxes and make sure that you're filing properly and getting all the deductions, and then you can start investing that for your future. Yes, sir.
Just curious, why the need for 3 bureaus?
Because it's expensive again. You know, think about all the clients that a company's going to have. Some companies will report to all 3 bureaus because they're just that big. But if we're a mom and pop business, you might only report to your local one that's closest to you, like Equifax is closest to us.
I've seen that.
Or you might report to Equifax and Experian, and then TransUnion gets left out. So you want to make sure you've got a whole picture on somebody. So that's the reason for the 3 bureaus.
Do you help
Couple more.
Do you help with solving discrepancies between the 3?
As far as like one's reporting an account and one's not, it really just depends. If it's not being reported by a bureau, it's probably because that company's not paying to update the report for that. If it's a discrepancy where one bureau says you're late and another one says you're not, that's a dispute they can work through.
And when you're getting credit, then guys, it's important then that you want to talk to people or deal with people that are reporting to all 3. So when you take the power yourself, you can easily tell somebody, who do you report to? If you're getting cars, especially from a local dealership, especially from them local dealership area, you know, the buy here, pay here, blah, 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 do you report, you know, my payments? Because everybody can report the payments, but as Mary said, it costs them to report. So some people don't. And if they say, yes, I do report, well, do you report to all 3? So if you get the same car, same score, don't you want to go with the one that reports to all 3 more because it's going to help who? You out more. That's by just knowing while we're going over this, so you have the power to understand. The juror said, I don't have to get it here because you don't report. Man, you don't even report. I'm going over here. So you have those options just by knowing. Just by knowing, okay? Just by knowing. One more question.
With credit cards, so I have multiple, and in home, who I negotiate the best rate with, I'll use that one, pay it off each month. But then in the time, do you know in your experience, you know, sometimes you end up falling until I may have not been using that card, and then they say, oh, you closed it because you haven't been using it. So is there kind of a average on when you not use the card before they close? Because I just like, oh, I can only use that card before they close because I don't want to lose that history,
Right.
of course. So
I've seen companies where if you haven't used it in 6 months, then you get that nice little letter. And I've seen companies where it's been a much longer period of time. So just, try to rotate them around. If nothing else, to try to make sure that you're being consistent.
How about the balance transfer? Because I do that when my 0% timing card, I just switch it to a different account.
Are you
then I get a
opening
new
new
deal.
accounts to do
No,
that?
it's just my credit card. I just get deals. Like when they give me 12 months, 0%, I just switch the balance. And then paying with the 0%. I'm not using them anymore. I just pay the balance and paying them more. Do you think they see reported? Do you think it's still good? Am I getting point or not?
No, you have to have something on there. Even if you just leave $5 on there when you transfer that balance, have something on there that's going to force them to have to update each other.
But that balance doesn't force them though, because
if you have a zero balance, so you got this card here,
right,
and this card's giving you a deal,
right.
So you take everything that you own on this one and you shift it here. This one's going to report for you.
Okay.
If you're losing the history if you don't have some.
Oh no, don't leave them alone. I was just like switch this to here, switch that one to.
But you said
I went a little bit.
If you had $1,000 on this card,
Yeah, don't.
and then you move the whole 1,000 to that card, and now this card is 0, they're not gonna be reporting the history, so you're gonna lose that. So she said, leave $5 and move $9.95.
Right.
Y'all give Mary a hand, guys. Give her a hand. Y'all can hear Mary, guys, on I'm especially here every on Sunday morning. She's on Streets 103.3 FM. Streets 103.3 FM. She's on the Money Talk program.
100.5 FM too.
And 105.
100.5.
100.5 FM also. She's on a show there called Money Talk. And if you print it up on Facebook, she goes live on that show as well when she's on Facebook. And and they do questions and answering when you hit them on Facebook and stuff with questions and stuff. They try to respond back as well. Good information, right?
Yes.
Sorry, the show is called Money Talk, and that's also the name of the show on Facebook.
That's the name of the show. It's called Money Talks. The station is Streets 103.3 and 105.5.
100.
That's what I said. 100.5. I know, right?
What time you on, Mary?
10 to 11 on Sunday morning.
Yeah, 10:30 a.m. to 11. Drive time, check. All right, guys. All right, let's keep going on. That good so far?
That's great.
I done learned so far, right?
Yes.
Inside note. And the reason we're actually doing that, guys, is because like I want to do that is because CreditMax is going to take care of that 35% of the late history charge-off and do all the letters and all that kind of stuff for you. So you got to worry about that. But again, what we want to talk about here at MWR Financial is we don't want to talk about 700 scores. We want to talk about what? 800 scores.
Yes, sir.
Okay? We don't want to talk about 700. We want to talk about 800. And the only way to get it up there from that 7 into the 8 is using the things that Mary was talking about. Okay? Those are the things, because that's working on your profile. Okay? That's working on your profile to get out to what you want. Sounds good? So now we're going to the tax part, we're going through the credit part, and we're moving on through the things, because the next two steps we're talking about is talking about eliminating the debts, right? And then it's talking about, making money or your money with your money, okay? And doing that, right? Now, the thing about that is, I want you to understand that. We have an expert here to actually talk about that. I want you to use the experts on there. But here's the thing. The debt program, all we want to know about that one actually right now is you just put in all of your debt information. Even when you put it in the system, okay? Put it into the system, and it's going to give you a monthly statement. And that monthly statement is going to tell you the month and the year. By doing what they tell you, you're going to be debt-free. Okay? You're just going to key it in. You're just going to key it in, okay? It's a computerized system. It's number, time, and money and stuff in the interest. Is all it is. But you got to think about it. Just put it all in there. That the system has to tell you exactly what to do every single month as far as that. And I suggest, how many people, that are representatives, well, I do that. Everybody should have a consultation, okay, with wealth management. Everybody should have a consultation with wealth management, okay? Whether you think you got your retirement thing going on or not, you should have one with them. Because a lot of times people don't know exactly what it's not just about, honestly, the private reserve account.
Right.
They're a bigger company than that. The majority of the time they talk about the private reserve account so much because a lot of people don't have anything. And if you don't have anything, one of the things that they definitely want you to get or try to get as well, a private reserve account is the best thing. But sometimes people may already have something. Like she has something, even though it's the same kind of thing, you might have some things. Some of you guys, when we run into, we talk to people that are W-2 employees, they got the 401ks, right? They got the 403s, they got the IRAs, they got all those things. Some people that's working in, and I see it in the banks, they basically can't get benefits from some of those things because they're making too much. It's a lot of different situations that's going on. The key thing is all about saving as much taxes as you can from your retirement. That's really the ultimate thing as far as doing. You want to pay less on the money that you actually have, okay, for your retirement. That just makes what? Sense. A lot of times we see people right now that only focus on, I got my IRA or I got my 401k, and with my 401k, my Social Security, I'm all right. That's not happening. As Ray said, boo boo. No. Oh, boo boo. Right. That's not happening, guys, all right? That's not, I know, period. All right? That's not happening. What you got to actually make sure, guys, is you have the plan for who? You. I can't sit here and tell you everything else and stuff because it'll blow your mind, okay? On certain things. I'm gonna do that. But I want to make sure is you basically talk to them. Now, what we have found out, if you already have some type of retirement plan with your job and things that's going on, especially if you already got something that's working on and stuff like that, make sure they do a presentation with you about the taxes. Okay? Because they normally do about 2 different types of presentations for you, really educating you about things. They do one that's about the private reserve account, make sure that you understand it, that you sometimes see on Thursdays, right? Private reserve account, understanding what that is, because most people, yes, do have that, or do need that, excuse me, okay, because it's great. But they also have one that's all about where you are now and your taxes. Because y'all hear me talk about is 3 what? Buckets, right? Of investing. And all of a sudden people say, well, what do I need in each bucket? What do I need in each bucket? One of the overall things of what they truly do, guys, which was why I love, honestly, is to guide you from the one bucket over to the tax-free bucket. Because ultimately, by the time you retire, you want to be pulling money out, what? Tax-free. You may already have some buckets over here that you're actually doing. The first bucket, the tax now bucket, this taxable bucket was all about your investments that you have, the mutual funds, your cryptos, your forex, all those things is tax what now. You need to have a certain amount of money in there, it's fine. Now, one thing that I've noticed, talking to a lot of different financial planners, a lot of different specialists, they may have different ones of that items in that bucket that they focus on. Some will focus on cryptocurrency, some will focus on forex, some will focus on stocks and bonds and mutual funds, right? Different things right there. Some will focus on that, but one thing that have all in together that they talk about is how much you need in that bucket. And it's always the average of 3 to 6 months. Okay, of your reserve. So you have more than see, we've been hearing about the 3 to 6 months. We've been talking about savings account, right? What's the form of that bucket? You just ain't earning that off of it. Okay, all right. You just ain't earning that for it. So you may want to use some other one of those things within it, but we need to understand that doesn't take to replace a retirement because that's in the same bucket. The next bucket is all about the tax deferred bucket. That's your IRAs, your 401ks, right? That's what those is in your 403s, right? That's what that bucket is, deferred. Deferred means you don't pay taxes on it when now, but when do you pay taxes on it? Later. When you pull it out, you start paying taxes on it.
Right.
That's when you got to watch out and be careful for, because your Social Security is going to end up being taxed based on something called provisional income. Based on provisional income, which is nothing but them adding up those other things that's being taxed. You have a certain amount of money of provisional income before your Social Security is being taxed. Couples, you have $44,000 of provisional income, and your Social Security will be taxed at 85% of it's going to be taxed.
Yeah.
And so if you put out $44,000 as a couple in 2019, 85% of your Social Security will be what? Taxed. So sorry if you got a pension. Yes, you get it for the rest of your life. It's okay, but for the rest of your life, then your Social Security is going to be what? Taxed. Yep. Okay? It is what it is. So your goal is how much do you, so the goal in the whole thing is to make sure that your provisional income stay what? Stay low. For the tax free, it's tax free. That's what's really going on. You don't know. They got a presentation to show you all of that. Here is the overall review of what you really want your IRAs and 401ks and 403bs to be when you pull it what? Out. When you pull it out, you want that plus your other income to be less than the standard deduction that you have. If you're a married couple, your standard deduction is $24,000. So you can make anything up into the standard deduction, and it's not what? Tax. So even if you have an IRA or 401k instead of your couple, and you pull it out, your IRA 401k, as long as it's $23,000 total, and that's all you actually have, you're not what? Tax. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
That's how you take money out of the tax deferred bucket tax free. Nobody told you that because there's specialists up in here. Yes.
Money smart.
For people who currently have 401ks, 403bs, so forth, can it be rolled over into the
That's the thing. That's what the specialists do for them. For thing, if you got a 401k and you got all of those things right now, can it be rolled over? So part of it's still going to be taxed, but there's a thing that they work with your certain age, depending on how much your age is and other stuff. They start working with a plan for you to start rolling those to minimize your tax, to roll that over to the third bucket, which is tax-free bucket. And there's several things in the tax-free bucket on where you want to get to. You know, you have your Roths, and then you have different types of Roths, stuff like that you're going to have, and different things, a lot of stuff. And then what we call, which is not but an IUL, where we brand it as the private reserve account. Okay? It's just a brand. The IUL is just a brand of the private reserve account. Okay? But that's what it really is. But it's rolled over. But there's certain things that they even go further than that. You may want to self-direct it stuff. You may want to have, guys, we get into you owning a business and having your retirement to own the business. So as you earning income in the business and you're doing real estate and stuff in the business and it starts to earn money and flip in the business, your IRA owns that, which means you're not paying taxes on that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. And it continues to own, and then ultimately you want to take that IRA, have that IRA to be owned by your trust. This is wealth building, guys. This is wealth, man. This is wealth building. This is something that's totally different. No. Because ultimately, you want to make sure that you're leaving money for your inheritance. We talked about it, which we had it, we don't have it. Okay? But if you do this thing properly and do it right, okay, you can have money, yes, to leave. Wealth generation and transferring of wealth is two major things in this country that has done it. Insurance and real estate. Insurance and real estate. It's everything else that we are teaching is all about gearing yourself to have extra money to do those things. But when you transfer it tax free. And they take them on the basis so they don't have to pay taxes on the gain. Hold up, somebody. Mm-hmm. Right? That's how to get rich. It's true wealth. You have a total, we're talking about make wealth real. That's what we do here.
Total package.
That's what we do here, okay? So all you have to do is, yes, ma'am.
So, borrowing money from your 401k, does that hurt you?
Sure, yeah, well, here's the thing. If you borrow money from your 401k, it doesn't hurt you initially right now because you're just borrowing it. If you leave that job, they're going to act as that 401k, that loan now has to be paid, and they're going to treat that as a distribution of that portion, okay, of it. And then it's done what? Tax. Okay, it's tax. But if you're still with that and you're borrowing against your 401k, it's not what? Tax at that time. However, the difference of it, you have $50,000 in your 401k. I know I like my board. I get to write on my board.
Come on, teach. Come on, Professor.
So you have the $50,000 in your 401k. Mm-hmm. You're going to go ahead for every reason. The kid going to school, you want a car, want a house, whatever it is. You're going to borrow $20,000 of it, right? That's your loan from the 401k, right? That's your loan. Nothing wrong with it. You pay them back. You pay them the interest and all that kind of stuff back. No transactions going to happen for you for taxes. Then you got what? $30,000 in your 401k generating you what? Money, correct? That's what normally happens when you borrow against your 401k. Nothing wrong with it, guys. I like 401ks because you got a company match. If you don't have a company match, you ain't gonna make it. You only put in what the company match anyway, okay? Other than that, you're gonna talk to the specialist about what to do with the rest of it, okay? And doing it, okay? Now, even if you take it out even if you take it out, and if you take it out when you are able to take it out with no penalty, right? If you're actually taking it out and stuff like that, you're going to make sure now that it's under the standard deduction. Y'all with me? Yeah. Everybody got it? So this is what happened with a 401k. With a power reserve account, with a PRA, it works the exact same way. Let's say you have that money instead of 401k, you got it in a power reserve account at $50,000. Let's say you want to actually do the loan right here of $20,000. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. But the private reserve account works different because of how it's structured. When you do that, it doesn't look like 30,000 is still in there making money. It still looks like 50,000 is still in there making money. You do not lose the value in a private reserve account to make you money. It's still like the total 50 is in there. Why? Because you own it. It's your money and it's still in there. Now, when you're paying this 20,000 back, you know how you pay the loan back? You got interest on that? 5%, 6%? Where that 5%, 6%, guess what? It goes back into your PRA, making you money on that side as well. So you don't lose value making money. Your interest that you're paying is making you money. It's called arbitrage. It's exactly what the banks do now that you have the ability to do. That's why we call it a private reserve account self-banking. That's why we call it self-banking. And that's the ultimate part where people try to get you to rate. That's what we try to get people to is here. Okay? But sometimes you got to what? Get over there. And then if you get over here, the whole world is going to open up to you with everything else they have. This is only one part of what Cal Choice have I've been to has. Wow. Private reserve account just one little piece, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Just one piece of it. So much bigger. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Would WealthMax be able to give guidance or information or suggestions to someone who's already retired?
Yes, well, if you're already retired, and what would be the thing? Like if they're retired, someone say, hey, how in the world can I reduce my taxes? Okay, or what did I have? It depends on what type of retirement that you have. If you have a pension, not much they can do about that. Just be lucky if somebody got a pension still and they're retired and go for the rest of their life. That's a good thing right there already, right? That's a good thing. But you're all going to be paying, what? Taxes on that. The only thing that, and there's a standard amount of taxes going to come to you, right? So that means we had that one person that was getting $7,000 a month in a pension. No, you would have $7,000 a month in a pension. So it's going to always, Social Security 85% is going to always be what? Tax. The best thing they can do is try to reduce the amount of taxes that he's paying by using step 2 of the instant pay rate strategy. Because remember, regardless of what income that happens, that strategy, those deductions bring that what? Down. So it can help you to pay less on taxes. It's not going to be able to stop on your taxes with your retirement plan. But it will help you to pay less. Okay? That good? That great? Here first.
What about veterans who have their retirement? They're not receiving W-2s.
Same thing. See, if somebody has retirement, that doesn't mean that it's not taxed. Okay? So when we're talking to people, yes, we normally say, do you have a W-2? You got a W-2? And people say, well, I'm retired, this and that. I always ask, do you pay taxes? Okay? Yeah. Because tax is tax. Because when somebody's income is taxed, remember the provisional income. So if they still got taxes and it's IRA or 401k or retirement plan, however they're pulling out, they still paying money on what? Taxes. A lot of people have to say, well, you know, that's there and I'm on a fixed income. Well, somebody's salary is a fixed income. It don't matter. It's fixed. They ain't giving you no more. Okay? They ain't getting no more. It's fixed, right? It's not there. But a lot of people, they just retire. No one even retire. And people, they retire when I can't do anything else, retire. Yes, you can reduce your tax liability. That's what the experts are for. They can get in to reduce their tax liability with different strategies.
So I have a person that she retired. I have a person that retired and she has like an X amount of dollars in the bank. Okay. She wants to do something with it so that she won't lose it. Because obviously, keeping it in the bank doesn't grow her money, right? Correct. For the most part. So she's like, what should I do with this money instead of me just spending it and it slowly going away? Does WealthMax, is it a choice for her to put it in WealthMax and have it grow for 30% annually since she's going to have to keep it in someplace anyway?
Yes, they would deal with her differently. It might not be the 30%, but a lot. It depends on her risk level and stuff and what they actually want to do. The key actually with that is when people want to take that money and keep their money away and keep it liquid, okay? Because sometimes people need their money. That's the thing about the tax now, okay? The interest, the stocks, the bonds, this is liquid. You get it anytime you actually need it and stuff like that, and it's actually tax actually then, okay? So they will look at that and stuff and be like, how much do you need liquid? How much can you actually live in? Because if you, a PRA, you're not gonna be able to touch that until a year, okay? And after the year, you'll be able to touch it. So for some people, what's doing right now, they fund the PRA a small period of time. So let's say the person have $100,000 into the account. let's say $120,000 into an account that's sitting into an actual bank and stuff. Instead of them saying, let's take a whole 120 and fund the whole PRA up in there, and all the money's gone, it's not liquid, and they panic like, oh, if something happens within a year, I need my what? Money, right? They may actually say, what we're going to do is we're going to basically start transferring that a little bit at a time. We'll do 10 a month. We'll do, you see what I'm saying? Because then when PRA is open, a certain type, but they do 10 a month, boom, boom, boom. When all of it is out of the what? Bank, now the PRA is able to be used. Once the PRA is able to be used, you're in this situation. You can use it, you self-banking then. You got all of it in here. It's as liquid as you want to go up and get it. You ain't got to qualify for it. You ain't got to use your money in the PRA. You can go and get your money. You can use your money there. And right, Gerald?
Yes, sir.
You can actually use it anytime you want. Now you're liquid. So the amount of time of how to transfer that. Is that how they did, Gerald?
Yeah.
Transfer. Yeah. You got to transfer it into the actual PRA so that you're still liquid while you're here, but it's moving your money over there. Now the money is already over there, tax free, earning more interest than it did in the bank, and she didn't lose a thing.
Perfect.
Wow.
And got asset protection and a life insurance benefit. I did my son. My son's actually doing stuff, but he's about to actually do it. You know, y'all paying for it, you paying the money, it's going up. And the earlier you can do it, the better, okay, in doing stuff. So he's 18 years old. I'm going to, I should tell you, he's looking at $500 a month. As far as we're going to fund him a PRA, $500 a month. When he's at age 67 on retirement, this joke is actually looking at death benefit for his family. Death benefit is $2.7 million.
Jesus.
2.7 million at $500 a month for his family. His annual draw for income, tax-free income, would be $239,000 a year. For $500 a month.
You talking about
In the PRA.
set up for life, bro.
Is that set up for?
Set up.
Is that set up for inheritance, guys?
Yeah.
I told him this. I said all I care about then is our last name is on UNC Charlotte's building. That's all I want to know. Whenever we get up there, I'm saying you up, dude. Okay, but that's what we got to do. Are y'all with me? Start down, Marcel. Yes, ma'am. Your question. Yes.
Ask your question. I think you answered. No, but go ahead and answer so that you should be here.
Yeah.
People here. We don't want to private. I didn't know PRA was actually an insurance policy.
It's a IUL.
It's an IUL. Okay, when you were talking about provisional income, okay, I'm still with the company that does a pension. It's a company-sponsored pension.
Okay.
And so if I have a PRA and I'm getting a salary from that when I retire, and plus the pension, I'll be getting at 67. What's that gonna do with my Social Security?
But the only thing that's going to affect your Social Security is your pension, because the PRA is tax free
Life insurance.
because of the policy. That's why they're getting an IUL, guys. You pull it out because it's life insurance. That's the tax benefit. Experts instruction. That's all it is.
We don't know.
That's it.
You just don't know. And we could be doing this a long time ago. Still, whole life is a way to do it. And boom. Why? Because life insurance is not taxed like that.
Right.
It was an article when I first got introduced to this. Somebody put, y'all know that's how John McCain financed his campaign.
Yeah.
Right.
PRA.
It's his money. Yeah, it's his money.
Yeah.
You can take it out and do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
It's simple. They can't tell you what to do.
O.J. Simpson got one.
This strategy has been done for years. This is, again, this is how wealthy people have been making wealth for years.
Yep.
This is nothing new. You just didn't know about it because you didn't have the experts. That's all.
We just get a life insurance policy.
Yeah, on term, and that's the rest. I mean, how much my term? Oh, I need some less than 50. That's it. Okay, that's all we do. That's how we did. And we didn't understand that it could be liquid, that we could use it. We didn't understand the benefit. I'm telling you, he's going to do a presentation that's going to blow your mind. I looked at it after yesterday. Me and Eric looked at it yesterday. I was wearing them. I was like, that is crazy. On what it is. I said, no, this is the presentation that all of you guys need to see. And he's probably going to end up actually doing something on the webinar for God. I was like, even if they're doing it on Thursdays, you need to see this. You have to see it. Talking about changing people's lives. We have to see this year. Let's move on. Yes, sir.
We're going to do those presentations in other languages,
Yeah, as soon as you learn Spanish, you got it. We got some people coming in. They're working on that, okay? Wants me to get in and stuff. I think he's hiring somebody, or he's already hired somebody. I think. Jordan, has he hired that person yet?
No, it's close though.
It's tough. Okay, all right. I know this actually looking at, but yes, it's coming. Yes, sir.
Do you offer anything for people that's disabled? I got a cousin that was talking about it, joining, but he's on disability.
He's on disability, can't earn but a certain amount of money and stuff like that. Not really, because it's a business opportunity. That's per, what his disability is saying, how much that they say that he can earn, which is, I'm like, man, so that's on him as far as I'm doing it. I met after somebody and stuff, I said, okay, I understand you that with disability, and especially when people say, I want to mess up my Social Security. Right. I want to mess up my this and that. I was like, okay, but if you have a way that you're making 6 figures a year, why are you worried about it? So those things just got that's a per thing. So it is making money. It's a per person thing, to be honest with you. Okay? Some people just a mindset. They're just gonna say, I don't want to do it because it's gonna mess up my team. I got one like that right now. I'm like, okay, that's cool, no problem. Move on. Why? Because all you do is 3. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Jeff, you can start coming up. And all you're going to do is after talk about after 3. Jeff, you can start coming up. Okay? Okay. One more game. Jeff, you can start coming up. Jeff. All right. So everybody got those 4 things so far, right? Everybody actually got those 4 things and stuff, right? Because we got to move on extra time and stuff. We're going to order. But was that good conversation? Y'all like that?
Very awesome.
Like that? Okay. All right. Awesome. Then we're going to talk about, guys. Now, all of that is good, but we can only save somebody with so much money, right? We can only save you with so much money. And the next thing, before I save your money, we went through all that, and then on your thing, it talks about you sharing your story, sharing information, right? Because we're going through the plan of action. If we've done all those other things there, step 5, it gets to says share your success with others. And they talk about sharing your success with others, because they want you to be able to get those 3 people, 1 customers, right? Okay, you have to try to do that. And I like to prove that you're trying to do that. You can't talk to nobody, keep it to yourself for like 30 days. It didn't work. Okay? So some people do that. So we want you to do what? At least try. At least do this. At least do this. The reason I called out to Jeff, and I want him to talk about this part actually real quick, because he has basically taught his team to do some amazing things when it comes towards prospecting. Sometimes a lot of us are part of the NFL club, right? No friends left, right? No friends left. We all want the NFL. No friends left, right? We all are part of that club, okay? We don't have anybody to talk to. We don't have like a database or a customer base and things of that nature. And he's very good at teaching his team to have a culture of basically being able to talk to this person, talk to person. And I want him to speak real quickly on pretty much prospecting, because he does it naturally with everywhere that he go. I guarantee you, he can be somewhere in Charlotte just prospecting somebody you don't even know. But that's what he actually does. Jeff, you can just give to how we can share our experiences, what we just went through with these 4 steps, and then we're in step 5. How does that work?
Awesome. Let's get it for Terrence again. All right, so the mindset is very important. Before I started to do this to my business, I had to think about my people that's coming in. I had to forward think for them. So I said, I don't want to just build a business where I can't duplicate myself. What you don't want to do is become a slave to your success. Does that make sense? And so in that regard, I said, I need to duplicate and then dominate, right? And so the first thing I understood was, first thing people want to know is, can they get their money back? And can they eliminate the bill they currently just started? So the first thing I teach the team is, get your 3 in 1, because it does what? It eliminates the cost of doing business, because you unlock guaranteed income. So that's step 1, get your 3 in 1. And after you get your 3 in 1 and eliminate the cost of business, next thing you want to understand is how much my bills cost. How much it costs me to live. Because that's my next goal. Because after you cover the bills, now you can plan your life, like I just said earlier. So I write down how much my bills cost, and then I understand how much guaranteed income I need to make to cover my bills, and then double that so I can start to plan my life, right? Perfect. So now, how are we gonna do that? So I've been marketing for a long time, and I realized a couple things. The three most visited websites in the world. Anybody, if you know it, don't say it. My team knows. But the most three visited websites in the world is what?
Facebook,
YouTube,
Instagram, Twitter.
Okay, boom. So the number one most visited websites in the world, and you can go Google that, is Google, YouTube, and then Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram like number 15. So if this is the most visited website in the world, and you're not on them, marketing your business, you're missing out. Google, you'll be on Google by putting content on Facebook and YouTube. If you Google yourself, you're gonna find either a YouTube video or your Facebook profile. Right or wrong. If you don't believe me, go Google it. So in that regard, if people are looking for what you're offering, they're gonna go to Google first. Then they're gonna go to YouTube to watch more videos. So if they go to YouTube and watch more videos and you're not on YouTube, they're coming to me. Me and my team was on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? And it's happened. People joined me because I was on YouTube, I had my number in my video, and I actually picked up my phone or called them back immediately. People lost money because they had the information on YouTube. When they called, they didn't pick up. So what they do, by that time they're ready to go. So they call the next person available. And you want to do YouTube videos often. Because when you go to YouTube and you look up the company, which video are you going to first? The what?
Most recent.
The most recent video. Because you want to get the fresh content first. So if you're not shooting videos on a regular, and you did one 3 months ago, guess what? They're gonna go past your video. I don't know how good it is. Okay? You can be shooting the same content, just change the title. Okay? So, I say what I have to say because we got to get out of not wanting to be in front of people. Because, truth be told, every single one of you connect with somebody on YouTube. If you say I'm a retired vet, a retired vet gonna watch that video and directly connect with you. If you say I'm the king of stuttering, I'm gonna connect with kings of stuttering people. They're like, oh, you just like me. You're laughing, but I'm serious. Yeah. So each and every one of you have a value that you can bring to somebody. So don't think because you're young, in your golden years, you can't shoot a video that's gonna connect with somebody. Just be authentically you, and you're gonna connect with authentically you people. Cause I stutter, mumble, and everything, and I'm still successful, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Oh, what? He successful? I'm going right with him." I'm telling you.
That's right.
And so how do we do that? All right. So there's a system that we developed because I've been marketing for a while, right? We got offline marketing for those who are not good at the videos yet, or YouTube or Facebook. We have online marketing strategy because you ain't got to be a guru to go put something up. I became a flyer putter-upper a long time ago. I would get flyers and I either pass them out and they said, "What's this about?" I said, "I don't know, I just got how to pass out flyers." Put a number on there and they can tell you about it. I do not talk to them about the business because I'm this guy that got paid to pass these flyers out. Right? Another tip. Do not put your website on any offline marketing tools. Not a flyer, not a business card, nothing. You got the face.
I was like, what you mean? I was trying to get that.
Right. Flyer, business card, any offline marketing tool. Here's why. One. If they go to your website, do you know they went to your website? Mm-hmm. So why you give them something that you can't track? The biggest thing in marketing is tracking your activity, tracking your marketing sources. So in our team, number, name, for more information, call or text. You give the benefits of what somebody's going to receive. For more information, call or text Jeff Trills. On my business cards, on my marketing, on my sticky notes, on my pull tabs, it only has my name and number. They can either call me or text. If you're shy, you're going to text me. If you're not shy, you want to hear my voice, you're going to call me. And then get a Google Voice number if you want people to have your personal number. Google Voice number, just Google that. Right? Here's what's going to happen. Now you know exactly who's coming to you from your offline marketing strategies. And the key thing when they call you is ask questions. Great leaders ask great questions. That's a book you want to get. Wait, this is actually great question. You see I'm stuttering? My superpower, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody gonna see the video like, oh, he's I'm calling him next. All right, so,
What was the name of the book, sorry?
Great leaders ask great questions. Don't ask for the author. I forgot the author. But you can do that. Right? So when they call you, you're gonna say, oh wow, thanks for calling me. How'd you come across my information? Thank you. There's also a pull tab in the bathroom. Cause I put pull tab, I put sticky notes right in the bathroom, right where the stall is at. Because guess what? You're gonna be there for at least 3, 4, 5. So while you're there, you might as well get some education. So I've been lining that thing up. I'm in a movie theater, I don't care where I'm at. It's here, in your face. Women, wherever you sit and use the restroom or squat, what boy you looking at? Put a sticky note there. Oh, trust me, they're gonna be there for a while too. I'm telling you how I know it works, because when they call me, I ask the question, they tell me where they found it at. I said, which one? Because if it works, I'm going back there. Or I have somebody who's a woman, go back there. Does that make sense? Wherever it's working, you want to go right back to there and repeat. So when I market offline, I pick an area or a town, and I find all the laundromats, yada yada yada, and take my sticky note on my pull tab, which is what pull tabs are. Oh, that's good. You see how I ask questions? Because great leaders ask great questions, right? So a pull tab is ever seen on a pole or a laundromat? They got these flyer and it has all these numbers. Pull tab. So when you do those, here's the trick. Once you put them up, pull one off. No one wants to be the first at everything. Right. I know when I pull one off, and I don't pull it perfectly, I pull it like, you know what I'm saying? So the tear looks like a real pull, right? they're like, oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, people gonna put it off. It's good too. Yeah. And then you go back, and you see which one has all of them off. You know that's a good spot. Keep on putting it back up there. Yeah. Right? So that's the marketing part right there for offline marketing. Also, we have t-shirts, right? Fish Credit t-shirt, one instant pay rate t-shirt. We're gonna start focusing on one instant pay rate t-shirt because that is the meat and potatoes, right? Because if you get somebody instant pay rate on their job, they can afford everything that's in the business, right? So once they call me, now we got this offline marketing stuff, right? And they call you, what do you do next? Because like I said, we're not giving you a website. We have a product called Shuffle, okay? Once again, our goal is not to pay a bill. Now, this Shuffle card course is the most effective, low-costing marketing tool that you want to use versus catch page and all that cool stuff. Because everybody, we got catch page in the back of it, right? We got the catch page, right? The MakeWellRealWebsite.com. I will show you guys. If you send somebody your link and they got a catch page, right? And they just want to see the information, are they going to give you real information? They might. No. Sometimes they don't. I just had it recently. Somebody said, test Jeff, like it was the GGGGGG at Gmail. I'm like, oh, I know this is fake. This is fake. And they give a fake number just to get in and receive the information. Because they're not sure they want you to call them anyway. So that's why we don't use it as the first point of contact, because that throws people off. I use that for mass marketing, paid advertising type of deal. Because that right there is the number thing. What we use is the Shuffle card. And here's why we use the Shuffle card. It's a virtual business tool, and 9 times out of 10 your sponsor has access to it. Okay? So it's actually sponsor. And this virtual business tool, virtual business card, allows you to do a couple things. When they call or text you, you already got their name and number, right? Because they call or text you. You ask, what's your name? Is this your direct number? Is this your cell phone number? So they ask the question, what's your primary cell phone? Is this it? Cool. I'm going to send you more information on the ad or post you just requested about. All right? So you'll put their name and number inside this Shuffle card, this actual virtual business card, and you send them the message with the link. So when they click on it, they're going to say, hey, Terrence, listen, check out the video that I was telling you. We got a certain thing there. Check out video 2 for the blueprint. Get back to me for the game plan. All right, boom. That's actually what it is. That's what it says. And so when they click on it, you see that they clicked on it. Remember I told you tracking is important? So they don't know you just captured their lead. You know, they don't know you just captured their information. Because when they call and text you, you capture their information, right? So you don't need to give them a capture page. So now you got their name and number because they called you or text you and gave you their name and number, and you told them you're going to send them a link with a video that explains everything that we do. When they click on that link, boom, it notifies you that Terrence just clicked on my card. And then what they said, watch video 2. So I'm going to go to video 2. Click it. So the whole video playing, the stats is ridiculous. Now, after they do that, this is what I say to them. First, when I send it to them, I say, hey, Terrence, did you get the link I sent you? Cool. I'll reiterate it again. Watch video 2 for the blueprint. Get back to me for the game plan. They say, okay. I see him click on it. In about 30 minutes, you know, the video is 22 minutes long, whatever. In 30 minutes, and you can actually set inside the card to notify you 30 minutes after that person viewed the card. This thing is ridiculous. So 30 minutes, I'll text him and say, hey, Terrence, this is how I say it. Hey, Terrence, you didn't get a chance to watch that video yet, did you? Nope. See, now he's confident saying no because I didn't say, hey, did you watch the video yet? When you do it like that, you're like, oh, I watched the video. I don't want somebody to watch the video. You ask me, I watch the video yet. But if you say, you didn't get a chance to watch that video yet, did you? He's gonna be like, oh shit, okay. Yeah, no, I ain't watch it, but I'm about to watch it now, right? Or if you say that same question, they're gonna be like, yeah, I watched the video. What are you talking about? Because they feel low-key offended, right? How you gonna tell me I ain't watched the video? I watched the video. Now we give watch it. So people like, I watched the video. What are you talking about? Cool. I go pick up the phone and I call them. I say, hey, Terrence, so you watched the video, right? Like, yeah. I said, great. This is a good time to talk to you right now? Yeah, sure. Let me ask you a question. What do you like best about what you heard or saw in this video? While he's doing that, or he's telling me, I'm texting my upline 911. Either a plugged-in upline, somebody that actually is good at doing three-ways, right? 911. They know what that means. That means I have a prospect that they may need me to close for. Right? So 911, they've already calling me while he's telling me what they like best what he heard. I pick up the phone and I say, Naja, I got Terrence on the line, he saw the video, he said, da da da, and matter of fact, we're gonna plug him in. Click the call. Naja's on mute. So he's telling me what he liked, that's what he heard. And then I said, awesome, do you have any questions? He said, yeah, I got a couple questions. I said, you know what, matter of fact, my success partner just called me while we were on the phone. That's crazy. This woman knows all the information that I don't know, because I'm new, I'm just new. And so I want to get on the phone and answer your questions for you, is that all right? You're on the phone. Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, Coach Naja, this is Terrence. This is Terrence. You call him my first name. And you say, Miss Naja or Coach Naja, this you give them authority. I have Terrence on the line, da-da-da-da. He saw this thing, he loves the credit part. He loves the money. But you tell him, you enlighten her on what he said he loved or liked about the program. And then you say, Miss Naja, this is Terrence and Miss Naja. And then you go and master the mute button. Mute. And she's gonna go and say, oh, Terrence, phenomenal, listen. So you say you like the money part? Me too. Da, 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 you have any questions for me? She asks questions, she answers them, and then after he gets all his questions answered, she asked a very important question. So based on what you heard and what you told me you love, where do you see yourself coming in as? A customer, a rep, or both? This is the most important question of the whole thing. Where do you see yourself coming in, based on what you heard or saw, where do you see yourself coming in as? A customer, a rep, or both? What they gonna tell you? One of the three. Because I didn't give them an out. Right? So they're gonna say, oh man, I love this program, I see myself coming in as a rep. Okay, I see myself coming in as both. So you know how much it costs, right? They say, yeah, $228. Perfect. So let's come at both. Okay, phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get you started so we can get you plugged in so you can start doing this for yourself. Naja, did you send the shovel card? I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll be Jeff. Jeff, did you send the shovel card? I said, yeah, I sent the shovel card. Terrence, you see the link that she gave you or he gave you? Click on the link and tell me what you saw.
Okay, I see the picture and something.
Perfect. Click on the link that says get started for $228. Scroll down above her picture.
I see it.
Boom.
Okay.
Now, tell me what you see. Key thing I'm saying, tell me what you see to keep it going without dead space. Right? And then that lets me know that they're really clicking on it. Because I people say, yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, I'm going to sign it right now. Right? Key thing, I never let them go until they tell me no. So I'm saying, what do you see? Oh, I see a form, da-da-da-da. Okay, click continue, and then tell me what you see. Oh, I see the form. Go ahead and fill that out. When you get to step 4, let me know. Because we know step 4 is where you got to choose a username. They go there and okay, my step 4. I'm keeping them engaged, right? they can step forward, they say, when they get this, say, wait, I gotta sign it right now, I'm doing it right now. I said, yeah, exactly, you do it, be confident, yeah, exactly, heck yeah, you're doing it right now, so we get you started, right? They'll say, ooh, I ain't got the 228 right now, and they're like, okay, so if you ain't got the 228, okay, cool, I understand, you ain't got the 228 right now, let me ask you a question, how much do you have right now? When you ask that question, they think you're gonna do what?
Give them some money.
Give them some money, right?
Discount.
You can discount. Give you some money, like help you pay to get in, right? Here's how cool this is. Cause they're gonna tell you what they got. They said, I ain't got 228, but I got about 200 right now. I said, phenomenal. Guess what? We're gonna get you started as a customer for only $80. You can't tell me you got the money because you told me you had the money. Phenomenal. Keep that part. We're gonna get you started as a customer for $80. So you can start the customer process, get some results, and when you get the rest, just upgrade. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I can do that. And they go from a rep to a customer. Okay? Now they're in, you plug them in the team, you plug them in the testimonial group, and they're seeing that and they're doing it, and make sure they go through, they're gonna upgrade. So that's step one, right? Boom. That's the part right there. If they're ready, get them signed up, and then you don't stop asking them questions until they say, I see something that says dashboard. And you're like, yeah, welcome in. And you get excited with them, and you welcome to the thing, and you get them up with the next steps. If you follow the blueprint and be consistent in the blueprint, I guarantee you will have more success and more closings than possible. Don't ever send them to a link and tell them, okay, here's my link, go sign up. Because it happened to somebody, and what happened? They went on YouTube because they know what they were doing on the link, and they found me, my video, and they called me and said, yeah, I was trying to sign up, but I don't know what I was doing. I saw your video, and your video is way more, you broke it down way more, and since you made me understand it, I want to sign with you. I said, who invited you? Oh, I don't know, I forgot who the person is. They forget who the person is, right? I can't force them to remember somebody. You know what I'm saying? Remember this? Who that person? No. So they joined my business because that person left them. Told them to go to my link and sign up, and I see you. Let me know your name. You better get out that bullshit stuff and get real, connect with people. And so that's the offline marketing. I'm just talking about the online part, and we're done. When you do them online, you want to give content, testimonials, and with that, you're going to keep that content, okay? Content meaning you do a good post today. I'm happy that right now my post, if you go on my wall, it's going to be a whole lot of MWR Financial because people are tagging me in posts that saying thank Jeff Trills for, X, Y, Z. So it's coming through like, dang, everybody knows I'm doing MWR Financial because people are tagging me with thank you results and all that cool stuff. But before that happens, you want to give this content, free stuff away that's valuable to the person. And please don't be sharing people's posts. Don't be doing the share thing because you don't look like yourself. If you see, every time you go to somebody, have you ever been on somebody's Facebook wall and you see them have a bunch of shared videos? Do you even believe they're even real? Or do you even care about their page? You're like, oh my God, he shared everything. I'm out of here. Because no one's being, I would take somebody's post and post it on my wall like I really posted. Because somebody, the post you saw it on, they did the same thing. That wasn't original. But to that person's people, that's originally from them. So like, ooh, man, Jeff gave value today. Ooh, looks like Jeff can share his stuff. Right? All the time. When you do a post and it's saying, more info, this is very important. Don't ever say, check your inbox, and you send them links. Have you ever seen, people say inbox, and you say, okay, check your inbox for more information, right? When y'all do that and you send links to your website or whatever, you keep doing that, Facebook will block you. It will block you because that's not the normal habit of things when you want to inbox somebody. It doesn't go like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, it doesn't go like that. So, that's the juice. So, what I tell people to do is say, inbox me your number so I can text you the info. Inbox me your number so I can text you the info. Here's why, because they're initiating the inbox to you. Okay? So if they're initiating the inbox to you, you can't get blocked. Okay? So now they inbox their number to you, guess what you're gonna do? Put it inside your shuffle. Not yet. You're gonna put it inside the shuffle and send them out the link. Then you're gonna either text or call them and say, hey, did you see the link that I gave you? Okay, watch video 2 for the blueprint, get back to me for the game plan.
Good.
Same, now you got a new lead from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube. And that's how we're able to build people and make sure they be sold the information, because now we're building all these people and they don't feel like I'm trying to sell them something by putting a catch page in front of their face. So that's basically all my time. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys live in it.
Y'all give them the team calls, because Jeff is going to go on there on the team call on the webinar. He's going to show you the shuffle cards. We're going to show you all that. We want to deploy it through so that we pay that very, very, very well. Last couple of minutes of doing it. What do you do then when somebody's in? Somebody just got into your business. You want to walk them through what they need to do. You want to walk them through what they need to do when they just got in the business. Okay? I'm going to bring another one of our leaders up here to kind of have to go over that real quick, though. Exactly what you may want to do when somebody gets in the what? Business. Okay? Shalay, this stuff I heard her on the call. We was on our, we have an area and an above call, okay? And an above call Monday mornings at 8 o'clock. You want to give them that call, hit the ring. Let's hit the ring. But she was on there and stuff, and she was talking about that as we was talking, and I was listening to it, and I was like, everybody needs to know that. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs to know how they do, what you do, what you're doing, just to make sure that people, basically what she was doing is making sure people get started with this plan of action. So I'm gonna bring her up here right now, guys. Executive Area Director, Miss Nija, Coach Nine, what they call it. Okay, never said that.
Yeah, Coach.
Thank you, God. So I'm gonna go over again. My name is Coach Naja Aldred. I'm excited to be here. So anybody that knows me know I believe in energy and I can't motivate without it. So I'm just gonna ask y'all to do something real simple because we done had a lot of information. So I want you to clap. Y'all like this girl tripping, but you're not clapping for me, okay? There's a young lady. I want her to be in the forefront of your mind first, and then the second clap is for you. So I want you to have one powerful clap. She just left earlier. So yesterday she called me. Her car had broke down. And she said, I got to be here. I don't care. I got to be here. She went to her mom. She's trying to borrow cars. And she found somebody to bring her. So she ended up coming. She signed up. She's also signed up her first business partner and her first customer. Her name is Shanika Miles out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So when you guys clap, give me some stand up, y'all. We got this. Come on, y'all. And this thing is real because this clap is like, y'all know what y'all went through to get here, all right? Y'all know about y'all planning, right? You know the things you had to put on hold. So I just want you to clap for yourself and also remember Sheikah as you're clapping, okay? We won the football team, okay? Double overtime. Let's go. Let me tell you something about energy, guys. It's currency. It's energy, and energy is also currency. You should never even speak your name until the energy is right in the room. Do you understand me? Because it's true about energies, right? When your name go up, it's two forces at work. Either that one positive thing will catch you or that one negative thing. So to stay on the positive, keep your mindset right. So we're going to talk about this thing about what you do when somebody signs up. I'm going to step right back just 1 second and say, your first 3 spots in your business, for those who are new, the most important spots that you would ever feel in your business, okay? You're not going to be signing up your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, uninspired. You know, they ain't want to do nothing for themselves, couch pet. No, we're not doing that. We're in this to do business, and we're in this to make money. So your first 3 people ought to be somebody that you know that has a zeal and a passion for people. We are a relationship business. We care about people and families. If you do not care about people and families, this is the wrong business because people are the core of our business, right? So those 3 parts are really, 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 really important, okay? The next thing I want to share with you guys, once they get in, this is what I started doing because it helps one with customer retention, because of the testimonies is what takes your business further, right? So
I identify somebody I want to bring in. They come into the business. Once they sign up, they now have their own link. So I meet with them. They sign up. I'm like, look, I need to meet with you for about 15 minutes, okay? Just 15 minutes. Why am I meeting with that person? Does anybody have any idea why I'm meeting with that person? Just for 15 minutes. They just joined the business, and I'm going to meet with them for 15 minutes. What am I looking for?
Connection.
You want to know what they're looking for. We are coaches, and as coaches, our job is to take them where they want to go. They're independent business owners. If they want to go down the block, I want to go with you because I'm your coach. If that's your destination, that's your success. When people join this business, some people are doing it for simply as a hobby, okay? Some people are doing it as a part-time business. Some people are doing it for full-time. And some are saying, look, I see this vision. I'm going full-fledged. I want to have people all over the United States. But you have to identify who that person is. You will lose people in your organization if they want to do the business for a hobby and you call them, why you ain't on the call? Do you see, Terrence, we supposed to be on the call, corporate call. But they came in to do it as a hobby, okay? But how can you identify that? You need to have a conversation. And my first thing I ask them is, why do you want to do network marketing? What's your goal? What do you hope to gain by joining this? What do you want? Then I ask them, write your why and email it to me. So when they feel like giving up, I can say, listen, we're grown. You said you was doing this for your children's children, their legacy, okay? You said you was doing this because you was in a struggle and you don't want to struggle no more. You said you were doing this because you want to be the first millionaire in your family. Have you reached that goal? Coach, not yet. Then we cannot give up. You guys need an accountability partner, okay? I've been in network marketing 19 years, okay? Walked away from corporate America because I was told that I couldn't go to a funeral even though I had time built up. So I made the decision that day to walk away because you would not disrespect my dead relative by telling me to bring obituary in and my name better be on the obituary. This is not going to happen. You love your family unconditionally. You are at that job for your family. So as you're hearing my voice, don't ever let anybody disrespect your family while they're robbing you at the same time, okay? We all have gifts and talents inside of us, and we need to activate them, okay? So here we go. They join in. We make 15 minutes consultation. Tell them straight up, okay? They ask them, give me a number. Multi-level marketing is a numbers game. If you don't believe me, it is. The first number starts with your commission, your investment, $228.97, okay? Your next number is, what do you want? What's your goal? What's your financial goal? If you don't have a financial goal, you're not going to win at this. If you say, well, I don't really have an idea, I'll give you an idea. Calculate all your bills, okay? Your first financial goal. If we can't help you with your bills, why are you doing this? Okay? So that's your first thing. Calculate all your expenses. Don't leave anything out, okay? So that's your first financial goal. Then you're going to say, in order to get this, what is the number that I need to reach in order to get this, okay? So that's the second way that you're going to do it. Now, once you get your goal in place, you got your why in place, and then you're going to duplicate. You guys, Coach Terrence is our $1 million club earner, okay? We have people in line behind him who are duplicating the system. It's a system. It's in order. The one thing about multi-level marketing is nobody can hold you back. Nobody. And so I'm going to make a statement. And sometimes when I make this statement, it makes people uncomfortable. But let's be real. An independent business owner means that you are in business and you're in partnership with another partnership, or you are individual, your business or your personal is an independent, separate from here, but you guys are in partnership to create generated income. Y'all got that? Now, if your business fail, it's on you. If your business succeed, it's on you. Because we're independent business owners. However, what guarantees that you have the level of success that you can potentially have is duplicating the system. So we have people who may have been in network marketing before, right? They be serious with it. They was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. I know I'm gonna do this. Oh no, I ain't gonna do the 3 and 1. I'm gonna do the 3 and 9. I'm gonna do the 4x4 matrix. I mean, they be serious because they have it. The system's in place. Plug your people in, right? The next thing we do once they sign up, we put them into all the groups that they would need. We plug them in. We give them a list, and on the list it tells you every call, every training, every webinar, corporate things. Get them plugged in. You do not meet everybody to think that you are the corporation. If I say, well, I love Ms. DeWanda, she know I love her, but I'm joining her and I'm like, you are MWR Financial. I'm like, dog, I'm putting my everything, betting on just, okay, I love her. But when you say, oh, I got a team of people, I have a team of professionals. The corporation has history. I mean, we've been in compliance for over 20 years. We hold an A+ rating. I'm a part of something great. So when you plug your people in properly, they see that they're a part of something great. They see that, as we go further, I might not can get Jeff, but I can call Terrence. I might not can get Terrence, but I can call Coach Vicky. You see what I'm saying? They have to be plugged into something greater. The next thing I want to share with you, which is very, very important. So you got them, you see what their goals are, you're helping them, what you need, what we're going to do. It's important that as you grow your team, not only do you have your individual goals, like your bills and what you want to accomplish, you need to have team goals, okay? I love football, and I use it all the time, because they have that huddle. Y'all know the huddle? I know the football huddle. Y'all know the huddle. Okay. The huddle is because they need to make sure everybody's on the same page, okay? So in having the team goals, everybody else is going to get their individual goals, because when you're making the team goals, it's inclusive of everybody's individual goals. So it's very, very important to have team goals, guys. The next thing, and this is the last and the most important part of everything I've told you, and I know they said the brain can only hold a little bit. So remember this part, okay? And remembering this part, when your person come in within 24 to 48 hours, I will prefer it closer to the 24, hour. You help them get their services in. So Jeff has his thing where he said we walk them to the bank. That's when they're signing up. If you walk in the bank and you never walk to the counter, are you gonna get your services? So not only are we walking them to the bank and the sign up, we are also walking them to the counter so they can get their services. So with my people, they schedule an appointment with me, and I go through the back office. I explain the business center to them. This is where everything is. This is what this is, and this is what this is. I go through the services. But when I go through the services, I don't just go through the service and say, this is this and this and this. I said, oh, are you going to file for the MoneyMax? Are you going to do the home? Yes, I'm going to do that. Okay. Do you have your W-2s and your tax return that you can get to? Yes, because most of it's online. I said, okay, I'll wait. Go ahead, let's go ahead and upload it. Okay? And they upload it. Okay, got it. Click that green button when you finish. It's going to say unfinished. They know it's properly. Go down here and check. Scroll back down and see if you can see it. The next part, okay, CreditMax, let's go. They go into CreditMax. I tell them what they need. You can do 2 ways with our CreditMax. You can either go through our MWR Smart Credit, which is an awesome and amazing service, where you do pay $20 a month. I think it's $19.95. You pay that. It comes with identity protection, all that stuff, fraud protection, and you're going to get your 3-in-1 right away. You're just going to answer a few questions, do 1 verification, and it's over. But we realize people are investing their money, and some people say, well, maybe I don't want to do that right now. You can also, with the other option, of go to annualcreditreport.com. It is free. It's difficult. I'm going to be honest with you. I failed some of the questions because they're going to give you a verification on Equifax, a verification on TransUnion and Experian. So the thing is with me, they ask you a question that's almost quite to the answer, but not really the answer. And so since it's been like 10 years, I'm like, what? So I just, if it sounds right, I don't know, because I never kept up with my finances. I did, got a credit card. Oh, they approved me. That's all. They approved it. They don't know what they just did. Bye. I didn't keep up with it, So but now they're asking you questions, and it sounds similar, but I don't know. So you walk them through, right? So now you're going to do the Equity Max. I always tell them the Equity Max is, to me, the most tedious part because people have to put the information in. And then I tell them, let's do the equity max in a few weeks. The reason why I tell them is because they want to get the bill at their house. As soon as they get the bill, just stack them up. And I said, I'll write in my appointment book, call this person back on this particular day, right? And then I just call and help them put it in. So all they do is going to put it on each of the bills. Then they're going to get a flow sheet. It's done, okay? The Wealth Max part, I don't really go over because the Wealth Max is what happens when you get the other part in order. So I don't do that. I tell them, I said, if you're interested in it, you can schedule an appointment. So now all of their services are in. They're in. This is what keeps customer retention. If people are getting extra money on their income, if people are getting their credit restored, they're going to tell somebody, and the testimonies is what makes the business run smooth. But guess what? If you don't do that, if you don't plug them in, they're going to pay their $79.97, and time is just going to tick away. Then on the 31st day, they're going to get charged again. And they're going to go tell somebody, them services don't work. They don't work. Although they never applied for them, it don't work. I've been in it for a month. I ain't seen no results. Well, because you haven't put anything in. But this is our business. If this is how we're making money, we need to ensure that their services are in, because this is the longevity of our business. So what I'm saying to you guys is that this is so important. I don't keep customers because they upgrade. So Coach Jeff came up with a system, which I think was smart. I know why he did it. But he got our customers and our reps in the same room. So when those customers seeing all that, you know, luxury car bonus, the daily guarantee paid, and all this stuff, they like, oh, what's up? I'm in it. Why ain't get that? Oh, because you're not a rep. Okay? Customers can't receive money, so they upgrade. So isn't that the saddest problem to have? That you can't keep a customer because they upgraded and became a rep. So you guys, that's what I do to keep the relationship strong with the people that I'm with. This is what we do to keep customer retention, and this is how you make money in this industry. You guys, I'm so happy and so grateful to be sitting at the table with greatness. You guys have an awesome day.
That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Everybody full?
Yeah.
Everybody full? Open up right now because we're about to leave and go eat. You're right. Any questions? I know you guys heard a lot of information. All we're going to say, those that should join, plug in. Make sure you plug in. Okay? Company has things on every Monday, every Thursday at 8:30. The corporate has a call. Okay, there. Our team, Team No Limit, everybody's on. We have our team call at 7 o'clock on Monday, okay? Then I do our presentation every Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, okay? We build weekly with the presentation. Then I do the presentation and the Q&A, question and answering. So all you have to do is just refer people that was talking about how to the presentation if you need to do that and do a Q&A, okay? You are all on overload right now. Okay? A lot of information. A lot of information. A lot of overload right now, okay? Yes, sir.
Can you repeat the times again?
Okay, corporate has a call Monday and Wednesday. Monday and Thursday at 8:30. Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern Standard Time, they're there. Our team has a Zoom call every Monday at 7 o'clock where I do training and the leaders do training. Mondays at 7.
Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Everything is you.
And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, I do the webinar, opportunity webinar at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And I do a question and answering on that webinar, okay? So I let people ask questions and stuff, try to get them for you, okay? So once you get in, just pay attention to your uplines, what they're doing, because they have calls as well, the separate calls. You want to plug it into those as well. I'm just giving you overall calls. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to add, because sometimes when we say the webinar, this is the great opportunity to increase your business. This is the time he's going to run the opportunity presence to get them to grow your business. So you can become a professional inviter, invite 5 to 10 people to the call. He's going to say to them at the end, when you get back with the person that invited you to this call, all you're doing is getting with them, plugging in, doing your 3 ways, and then close them. That's it. So this is a great opportunity to grow your business, so.
As long as how we build there and stuff, you can at least build at 3 and at 1. That's my goal on those calls, 3 and 1, 3 and 1. And then you can use those other techniques that everything was talking about to grow more than that. Yes, sir.
I also want to add on to this, those opportunity calls on Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Each and every one of you want to be on there until you know how to do it yourself. Meaning, you don't stop going on those calls until you can do the presentation yourself the way Mr. Terrence Hawkins is doing his. That's when you can so-called lay back and do it yourself too. That's what I did.
Great training for all the representatives because they learned a lot of stuff.
Well, you know.
So what we gonna do? Go ahead.
I got one more thing. The last thing is I want to tell y'all, you guys don't feel like you have to have a presentation room, a PowerPoint, whatever. Get in somebody's living room and just start the conversation. And a lot of our homes and stuff, we don't have the conversation. You know, have somebody over there, you might already have 5 people coming over. Have the conversation. They coming for the food. They're not gonna leave till they eat. So go ahead and have the conversation and get it started because this is something everybody needs. Okay, everybody.
Speaking of eating.
Yes, Lord.
What we're gonna do, that's right now, guys. I want to thank everybody for actually coming out. Yes, sir. You got something real quick?
Price of the lunch and how do you sign up?
Price of the lunch is whatever you want to eat. You know, look at your card. Yeah, that's the word of that. Y'all remember the launch, you sign up at MakeWealthRealEvents.com. MakeWealthRealEvents.com. I think it's still $49 right now.
Yeah, it is.
It is $49 still? Yeah. Okay, so that's downtown.
We have a couple of discounted tickets. If you want to discuss it with me, just talk to me outside.
I don't discount.
Awesome. What we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna actually break for here and stuff. You wanna hang out with us, actually eat and stuff. We're gonna go actually right across the street, right across the street. There's a restaurant right there, okay? That's called the Bar Louis. Bar Louis is actually right there, so we're gonna go right across the street to actually Bar Louis. Whoever there first, grab an area, grab whatever and stuff like that, and we just be over there and we just hang out and eat and stuff. And then if you can come, okay? We understand that. We wanna go over there and hang out. That's when you have what we call a meeting out from here. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Thank everybody for actually being out. And have everybody come. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
So guys, there you have it. A full training of MWR Financial. This is what you don't get, but you get here when you show up to the events and we stream live. But like I said, guys, we're going to be doing this quite often. If you're in the team and you join our team, this is the kind of education that you'll be getting to make sure that you have a successful business and a successful customer base. And that your customers can also get the education to make sure that they utilize the services like they're supposed to utilize the services, okay? So I know it's been a minute. Thank you guys, 7 of you guys still being on. Let's see if you have any questions. Okay, let me see here. I thought I was going to make it concerning this. Okay, David, no problem if you're still on. Oh, so his son, Riley, is 18 years old. 18 years old and has a guaranteed income of $1,500 guaranteed a month. Wow, yeah. So there you guys have it, guys. Thank you for jumping on, staying on, share this with your people. Go ahead and watch part of this, and we'll see you guys in the next live. Remember, be great because you are great, and we'll see you in the next live. Stay blessed, peace. Hey, David, you was here. Next time you be in the building physically, and we'll make some things happen. So, guys, love y'all. Stay blessed, be great, and we'll see you in the next live. you.